game anyways at this point. I mean, going out at the end of the day yesterday, there were some discussions between the Republicans. They held a call, apparently, but it doesn't look like anything is coming.
They need 5 more Democrats, Brendo. They already have a few in the Senate to pass this through. But all I saw yesterday was more memes, more. It's just really funny, Brendo. But there's a lot to talk about today, guys. Taiwan, Semi, both in focus as they push back against chip production proposals proposed by the Trump administration yesterday. Separately, Warren Buffett is going through with that OxyChem purchase from Occidental for $9.7 billion. Likewise with Bitcoin over here, October, really good month for Bitcoin, Brendo. Last with gains in 10 of the last 12 years since 2013 in October. So it'll be a good look there. And then as we spoke about yesterday, Intel in early talks with AMD for the foundry.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. No real follow through here yet. Anyways, this morning, I mean, very, very early, obviously here in the pre-market. That's the way the chart looked going out yesterday. If you missed it again, AMD potentially a foundry customer, or the first. That's actually the case, I guess, the first for Intel in the U.S., which is going to be huge news. But yeah, not much follow through here so far.
No, because we didn't really get much details. How much is going? What specifically is going to be produced there? Are there any other clients as a result now of AMD showing trust in Intel? Because recall, AMD and NVIDIA had passed on Intel's technology before. They viewed it, they tested it, they said it wasn't as good as Taiwan Semis, and they stuck with Taiwan Semis.
Just real quick, if anyone's joining a little bit late again, if you're looking at an economic calendar and you're seeing this, just maybe a spinning circle or something, it's, again, the government shutdown. No data is going to be released while this is happening. So that is going to include, as well, if we get to tomorrow morning, non-farm payrolls scheduled for 8:30 tomorrow morning. That also will not happen. There's a little bit of a fly problem in here once again this morning. Neil under the weather today. Obi's back in. Good morning, guys.
Morning. Great to have Obi back here. How are you feeling?
Not too bad. Good.
Good. I was just saying, we got some disappointing news because I feel like I'm starting to get something now.
Oh, boy.
I heard Joe's starting to get something now. Sharif has a planned day off tomorrow.
Yep.
So live tomorrow on the show, Obi.
The Obi show.
All right, get ready, man. Get ready. Get ready for.
We will be trading
for Obi tomorrow. Hopefully,
I got to wear like 4 hats and fit into 3 different shoes tomorrow.
Hey, man. Hopefully Neil will be feeling better, and hopefully he gets to watch all those baseball games today, and have a good day off, and come back tomorrow refreshed and ready to go. But
because the baseball season just started.
Baseball season just started. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that.
Go Raptors.
Go.
And then at the end of the day, we do have Randy here, which is always a great thing. Randy, you may be a host tomorrow. Is that okay? Are you off tomorrow as well? You're here. Okay, good.
All right, Randy and I will host.
All right, get ready. Sharpen up, Randy.
We got a banana peach combo.
What the hell are you doing tomorrow?
Starting to get sick. Exactly. Stay as far away as possible. No. Neil's been sick twice this week. Obi's not feeling that well, and
I wasn't feeling well over the weekend, but I've been.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing, Randy. So, all right. So,
Rivian. Oh boy.
Yeah, I know, Rivian, I saw
deliveries.
I saw that, yeah.
Tesla deliveries were pretty good as well.
Tesla deliveries are tomorrow.
They were? I saw some numbers this morning.
I thought Tesla was tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Rivian missed. I heard it in my ear. I don't think, it was only down 1%, though. Rivian, there it is. Now down 2% to the downside. But we're not expecting anything from Rivian right now, right? So this is a longer term story. The story was up there, Randy, I don't know what it was, 12,000 vehicles, something like that?
13,000 over 12 and change, so not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they're coming. They're just giving some runway.
There it is. Rivian deliveries, 13,000. Oh, so they deliver more vehicles than expected. I heard in my ear it was not. Much, it was less than expected, but all right, there goes Rivian. Yeah, downside there. So I have a completely different number than that, which is probably what the issue is right here. Rivian reports Q3 production. So it's the production. That's deliveries on the screen. So I don't know if maybe it's the production number that might be slightly lighter, but the deliveries is nice. So that's good. Oh, here it is. Narrows 2025 guidance. So that's probably what the story is there for Rivian. But who cares about Rivian, honestly, at this point? Tesla right now is the big story. It's going higher, baby. It's at 470 right now. So let's go. Let's set the it's a big day here for Tesla. So we'll see what happens there. And yesterday I teased a new format that we would be doing. We are not doing that today because Neil is not in. So we want to save that for when he comes in. You are going to see what the new format is, Obi. So, but tomorrow may be new format day. No, we're going to do it Monday, I think. We decided. Sharif has a booked day off tomorrow, so we're going to do something fun on Monday for everybody. So I'm sorry to disappoint you. Did not know Neil would be sick again. Yeah. So unfortunately, that is what's happening right there. Yeah, wow. NVIDIA also, Obi, taking out that 190 level. Yeah. And then not just came back in, but we went to 190.25 there. So that's the new all-time high for NVIDIA. That keeps on moving around. We were able to convince Neil yesterday to get out of some Intel. So he did that around 35 right here. So that's nice. Intel pulling back just a slight bit. We'll see if they can go find some more investments somewhere, keep it going. And then we got that AMD news yesterday. I think AMD can work, man. I mean, Broadcom's up today, AMD's up, NVIDIA's up. All these chip names continue to go up. Did you see Micron's day yesterday? Oh boy, this name continues to rocket, man. Micron up a couple percentage points yesterday, 8% yesterday for Micron, and give it another 1% here today. So the market just keeps on flying. Bitcoin right now at 6-week highs. Bitcoin dropping down 120 is the level that we're looking at right now. 119.1 for BTC. The party still goes on, and yes, we are very, very blessed. What's up, Pelican? Everybody get into the chat right here. Obi, top host. Oh, yes, we think that, and we are very glad to have Obi here every single day. So thank you, Obi, for coming in. And the people like you, which is always a good thing. And yes, and we like the people, the beautiful people. That's what I play. So I'm a DJ for the... for my daughter's hockey team.
Nice. What's your DJ name?
Sean.
DJ Sean?
Yeah. It's very, very creative. Cool, so they, or just Gia's dad, I think is my DJ name around the rink these days. But no, they have like an intro music. Okay. So they come out and then their names are announced and their numbers and all that. Right. It says like, representing your blah, 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 number, whatever, this. You know, it comes out. And then after that's done, there's like a little quick couple seconds. And then I hit them with the Marilyn Manson, The Beautiful People. That gets everyone, you know, you know that song?
I'm sure I've heard it.
Yeah, you probably heard it before.
100% I've heard it.
Yeah. And then I hit him with that, and then we get some like, you know, music going for the puck drop. Nice. Anyways, I'm an idiot, so. All right, that's that. Anything on your mind?
Yeah, today? I mean, like you said, this market is absolutely crazy. We're pushing fresh highs, all-time highs on NVIDIA. I got AMD on watch. I got Tesla on watch, and maybe a couple of sleepers as well. If you're not looking at some of the hot stocks in the market, I was doing my scans this morning, and oh boy. Okay, so first of all, yesterday's IPO, I would say, was pretty decent there. Off of the open, nothing too crazy, but look at that retest hold of that 24 halves, and then we got that continuation. Guess what? We're gapping up even higher today, and I think the IPO price on this one, Sean, was like $21, $22. We opened above, and we're trading much higher. Now these guys,
25.
I think it was like 21, 22 when I checked. Yeah, they might have moved. They might have moved that a little bit, going in closer, right. Closer to the IPO. But yeah, we opened at 25-ish, and then trading a little bit higher. So I'm going to be watching that one as well. And some internet, certain internet and. Internet and software stocks are selling off pretty aggressively. So I'm watching that. Like, have you taken a look at Wix? For example, like, what is the website making business doing in 2025? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I can ask GPT or any sort of LLM to really help me make a website, and I don't know if this has anything to do with that, but it seems like Wix got a pretty decent bit of an unwind yesterday. I'm looking for a little bit of a continuation, maybe double bottom on top of 150. That looks nice. The weekly chart looks nice as well. We're pulling a little bit lower. So I have a few things on watch. We got Dell as well. So another tech name kind of similar to that of AMD and NVIDIA, but you can see Dell here also technical breakout, daily breakouts. I really like that, going through the 150 level right now. So if we can kind of trend off of this level, I'm looking at that as well. But nothing too crazy, I would say, but a little crazy.
We do have Big Bear AI breaking through $7, now up another 2% today. So we like that. We like that recommendation at 650. I think you were on the show when we were talking about that a couple days ago. It is time to go over to sunny and gorgeous Espanol. and see what's going on with our good friend Luis. Let's go back over to the desk.
Yeah, we'll get to Luis in a second here. I was just having a look at Citigroup. Apparently, Donald Trump Jr. signing up for some sort of an account situation with Citigroup. I don't know why this is news, but apparently it's a trust situation. So I guess they're hinting at the simple fact that it's his father's money.
Yeah.
So Citigroup didn't move on that at all, but we'll keep an eye out for that. Rivian still trying to bounce here back above 1430. Has to get all the way back up here, probably 1450 before we really get some support maybe coming in. But yeah, if you missed it, deliveries 13,201 versus 12,955. 41,500 full year deliveries versus 43,500.
Yeah, that's, I think, what set this down. Exactly,
yeah.
Brendo. It looks like they also delivered more than they produced, meaning to me that they had a glut of inventory from the previous quarter that they moved. Now, we were expecting good EV sales because, well, on the 30th of September, a couple of days ago, the $7,500 federal EV tax credit was off. It was canceled by the Trump administration. So there was a lot of pull forward with that. But recall, if you actually put a down payment or sign the deal prior to the 30th, you still qualify. So we'll have to see how some other reporting comes out, especially with Tesla.
As we've seen, exactly, as we've seen with Tesla, parking lots full of inventory that they are having trouble getting rid of. So speaking of Tesla, we'll keep an eye out for delivery numbers. We're expecting those at some point this morning. Just seeing Kuwait apparently has tapped JP Morgan here, JPM, for up to $7 billion in a pipeline deal. So JP Morgan trying to get back above some support from the past couple of days here. For that stock, as mentioned, let's bring in Luis Barbado over in Barcelona, Spain, to talk some small caps. Luis, good to see you once again.
Thank you, Brendan.
Happy Thursday. It's been a busy week with these kind of all over the place. I mean, there's so many once again this morning. I was just going through a list here. I mean, I see 10 at least that are over 1 million shares already. Where do you want to go here? What are you looking at to start things off here?
Well, it's important to narrow down your watch list to find the best setups with the best risk rewards and winning ratios. So let's narrow it a little bit. We have TSHA, TSHA. This is the main ticker for us today. Why? Because it's 220 million shares float. And it's very important that it's easy to borrow, right? So that means there will be more people than usual, if it's easy to borrow, that will go short. That first of all, if it's hard to borrow, we have to pay locates, the amount of shorts in the market will be lower. But when it's easy to borrow, the people join, the breakouts easier, they are more happy to go short because it's for free, which is stupid, but that's human behavior. So it's easy to borrow, 220 million shares float, and it's breaking, as you can see, daily resistance for, I think, 2024, something like that, was 4.20, and we have nothing above. So let's see, we see a huge short squeeze on this one.
A couple of things on that. If you're looking at, or if somebody is, looking through a list of things moving around here, we see 220 million share float is not tiny by any stretch of the imagination. If you pair that with a bit of a short percent, which one are you giving more weighting to? Do you want to see less shares available, or do you want to see maybe a higher short percent?
Usually, the lower the float is, the higher the probability it goes parabolic, because of the rotation float. We have a huge volume, but low float, and that gives us a lot of rotation flow, and it's very likely that it goes parabolic. But on the other side, when we have a little bit bigger flow, like 220 million, and the stock is easy to borrow, that means there will be millions of shares shorts. So it could produce a sort of squeeze as we expect on this one, mainly because it's breaking daily resistance. So that's there's not always an easy answer for everything in trading.
Definitely. As the years go by, I think that's a very wise lesson learned. As far as the intraday action here or pre-market action is concerned, what are you looking at as far as levels for this? How are you going to approach trading this one?
On a TSHA, we are waiting until the backside is built. We will not trade frontside this one since it's breaking daily resistance and with a lot of volume, already 10 million shares traded. So we will wait until the backside is built, and probably the VWAP is under, people are trading under the VWAP or fighting the VWAP. Let's see how the VWAP and the backside is built, and then probably when we see some shift of volume to another stock that is running up, when we see this shift of volume to other small cap, we will jump on this one short.
All right, a little bit less on the volume side of things, but CIGL has been one of those ones that pops up every once in a while. This was after the close yesterday, coming back in here this morning, looking a little bit on the weak side so far for this one. What are your thoughts?
My thought is that we don't have enough chip locate on this one, so we will not be able to go short. And for me, it's not ready to go long either. So it's an avoid situation for me, since I don't like it to go long and I cannot go short. So we will avoid this ticker so far.
As far as pricing is concerned, there's a number of these that are below that $1 mark. We've had the conversation many times on the show about trading that, $2 to maybe $8, $9 range versus something under $2 or even sub $1. Just give us your thoughts here, just quickly on that sub $1 area. There's probably 5 or 6 this morning moving around.
Yeah, there are a lot of these today and yesterday as well. The market is all-time highs almost, and small caps are running. So a lot of tickers try to go above $1 to not, so they avoid some regulatory situations. And so we have seen a lot of runners these days sub-dollar. It is very personal situation. I find a little bit not very comfortable trading this because we don't have rebates. We pay per trade most of the times, and it's very difficult to measure the size, the risk when it's below $1. You have to measure very good the sizing, and it's not that easy. But we're looking for some that are destroyed, or they need some cash. They will very likely to send some offering to ATM to the market. But then now today we're only looking ASBP is the only ticker we are looking into. If it goes a little bit more parabolic to 60 cents or 70 cents, I think it's trading now 40s. Yeah. So if we break this high of 0.45 and we test 0.60, we will look for shorts over that price.
From an overall market standpoint here, Luis, with the government situation that's happening, we mentioned earlier this morning, no data and no economic data, no macro type announcements that are going to be maybe influencing bigger players to put on positions or, move positions around based on the overall market move. Could we see maybe a little bit more attention being paid to the smaller end of the market cap scale because of that?
I don't think so, because that's why we trade small caps, because we fight with another kind of participants. We don't trade against big funds or huge investors or banks. We only play against other retailers, day traders, algorithms, so it's another battle, it's another market. I don't think we will see some shift of volume from the big caps to the small cap because of the government situation. As
far as opportunities go, one of those situations, though, where sometimes less is more, and you and I have had that conversation many times, and really narrowing down and picking your spots carefully and understanding what it is that is giving you opportunities on a day in, day out basis. Luis Barbado, great stuff as always over in Barcelona, Spain. Good to see you.
Thank you very much, Brendan.
Thank you very much, Luis. I think that he came up with some great points there. I really like, waiting for the backside. Of course, I love that. But something interesting that he mentioned. He was like, we wait for the volume to shift over to a different hot stock to get short on this one. Kind of like, because again, that retail volume is probably going to run to the next best thing. They're looking for the next mover. So when that volume moves out, I like that. It gives a very strong confluence.
I think. One thing that we learn every week or every 2 weeks when we have Luis on is that he always talks very specifically about what he's looking for. So to your point, it's like that's what we're, that's why we have notes. That's why you have your notes. We all have our notes that we go through. Neil writes down stuff on his iPad there. And it's just like, you got to have the ideas. I mean, we were talking about shorting EA when that bumped through and that deal was happening, right? And so there's those kind of trades. There's the trades that Luis is, I gotta have some water. that Luis is talking about there, right? And so there's lots of stuff happening, and it's just a matter of being specific and looking for what you're looking for. Yeah. Like the very first name that I wrote down on here was TQQs. You know, because we've been really hitting the market pretty well lately, and we have a bias to the long, so we're trying to find, you know, the areas where longs are. Now we have a bias. I mean, we were really shorting the last couple days. Last time, a couple trades on the TQs shorting, but not today, man. Not with what I'm seeing. So I put my bias there, went right over there and grabbed that, right? So same thing with Luis. I'll show the Packers. It's part of my contract. I have to.
Green Bay Packers.
Well, I'm an owner of the company.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have to promote it, you know. So, but no, being very specific with what you're trying to do and what you're trying to look at, right? So, like you had mentioned, the backside trading there, and you know, we have Joe over here looking at options and things like that. And I always like to look at the upgrades and downgrades because I think that that's another thing for me, catalysts.
Yeah.
You know, waiting for something to happen so that you can trade based on factual or, you know, run-ups into events, things like that that have been happening. I feel like there's going to be a lot of money, and you talked about a lot of money on the sidelines, as this government shutdown continues. Yes, I can. As the government shutdown continues to loom and is here, the market seems to be shrugging this off. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous because we're not going to get the data tomorrow. We're not going to get the jobless claims or anything like that coming out. That's going to hinder what I think the Fed eventually winds up doing. And I think that can give some confusion and some uncertainty into the marketplace. But where we get a pullback. I mean, I thought yesterday we started the day with a short. We had a great short because I was like, government shutdown.
Right, yeah.
You know, the short lasted, Obi, like 10 minutes.
Yeah, no.
And then the market was just like.
I went on to, I think it was GPT or something, and I was like, how did the market perform in the last few government shutdowns? And it came up with, it was perfectly fine. Like I think we were trending. Like it wasn't really significantly affected by prior government shutdowns. So coming into yesterday, I was just like, I'm going to be a little open-minded. But yeah, I did, like, part of me wanted to lean short, but clearly that wasn't the case soon after the market opened. So yeah, I think that was very clear. And then there's a lot of things that just ground up yesterday. Just a slow kind of a melt up. We saw that happen in XLV as well. A lot of healthcare stocks just straight grinding bid all the way to the upside as well. So
did you see the South Park episode? Government.
Oh no, I heard. This is more recent.
Yeah.
More recent episode. I haven't seen.
So they did a whole thing on Kalshi basically and on prediction markets.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And the kids were putting up like bets on certain things. So like you can literally bet on anything. Will the next government funding whatever, you know? So if we click on this is what I wanted to show you. How long, and this is the betting markets, and they've been pretty accurate, you know, so far here. So yesterday we were at 11 days. Right now, 12 and a half days. So you can bet right now, it's pretty much, look, in the betting market, that's pretty close to 50-50, like 60-42 here, not giving up the juice one way or the other. How long will the government shutdown last? Andre, why don't we put this exact question up on the poll, YouTube. Yeah. So we'll do how long, I'll send it to you. I'll just copy this and put it in our group chat. How long will the government shutdown last? Greater than 10 days. You know, greater than or less than 10 days. I'm going to say less than. Forever the optimist.
Nice.
How about yourself?
I think I'll probably say less than.
Yeah. Less than gang.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get that for you. Everyone can vote in just a couple seconds. All right, if we're ready, Andre, we are ready. Okay, let's go over to Joe, who's been waiting patiently with upgrades and downgrades.
Patiently waiting. All right, guys, what's going on? Happy Thursday. Let's take a look at what we have going on with the upgrades and downgrades this morning. At the top of our list, yes, we have Apple getting that upgrade price target raised by Morgan Stanley to $298. Now, Boston Scientific by Barclays also getting the nod as well, too, guys. Price target raised to $136. UiPath, BMO Capital Markets, giving it the nod once again. $13 is going to be that specific target. Now, Peloton, surprisingly, getting that price target raised as well too by Telsey Advisory Group to $9. Now on the downgrade side, it's a little step here north of the border. CN Rail, guys, getting the downgrade to $97 by Barclays. And then Scott's Miracle Grow, I think we're near the ending of the season of that, getting the downgrade by UBS Group. Now EA Sports, yes, Electronic Arts is getting the downgrade to $210 by Roth Capital. And then Helen of Troy getting the downgrade by UBS Group to $27. Now let's take a look at some of the activity here in the options market, guys. We've seen that Intel and AMD correlated yesterday with some big-time breakouts. You can see at that 35 strike price, that's not this week's expiration. That's a couple weeks from now, the 17th of October. You had the open interest around 52K, which I found really, really intriguing. And then also we had volume of 16,000. Now, if we're going to pull this up, and take a look at our deltas, I think this one was interesting for me because it's obviously an in-the-money call. So there it is at that 35 strike price. You have that 0.6 delta on that October 17th expiration, and you can see that the open interest hasn't reset yet for this morning. So yeah, that's your delta right there, guys. 0.6 on INTC. And then now as for AMD, we're going to pull that up as well too, guys, because at that 170 strike price, I believe that's currently, that's at the money. The open interest was sitting around 23,200 contracts, and the volume was around 28,400. Once again, we're going to go into that October expiration, the 17th on AMD, and that 170 strike price is right at the money. But there's your delta. It's 0.4 roughly, 0.38 to be exact. So what is that telling us? That for every $1 move in AMD, that contract's value is only going to change $38. All right. So once you get more in the money, and you can see as you head lower in the strike price, is when you're going to get closer to that one-to-one movement in the options contract itself. And then Rocket Company, I know Katina Man was trading this one yesterday near the end of the session, and I found that one really intriguing. So I wanted to pull that up as well. That's going to be this week's expiration cycle at that $20.50 strike price. The delta on that isn't displaying itself right now, but it is out of the money. So we're going to assume that it's relatively lower than the contracts that are trading in the money or at the money, all right? And that's that $20.50 strike price with 52,000 current open contracts and then volume around 9,500 there, guys. So yeah, that's what we got going on with some of the call option activity.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, no, some interesting names there. I find it funny that EA gets a downgrade to 210 when their buyout price is at 210. I thought that was just funny, but we've been kind of selling off a little bit here, 201.50s currently, and yeah, until the deal closes, I'm sure it'll chop around and give some great opportunities as well. Apple as well with the upgrade. So yeah, market's all-time highs, and then one of the market leaders getting a nice little upgrade as well. So consolidating sideways within yesterday's range on Apple. I like that. Let's see if we can break it with any sort of distinction, because this is just winding up that consolidation range a little bit more. But yeah, I'll be watching the Nasdaq and the ES as well. Mainly, if I am going to be trading any one of these Mag 7 stocks, because again, markets are at all-time highs, and the bid for the past couple of days has been pretty aggressive, especially yesterday. Like we just said, like on the government shutdown, I wasn't expecting such a grinding bid, and that's what we got. And it seems like we're getting some gap up continuation on a lot of the market leaders as well. Names like a Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, Apple, not so much.
It's always nice when the leaders are the leaders, and they can take you, but there's so many other names. Like I got Big Bear AI written on here today as well. People are asking, I just saw in the chat about the Tesla numbers. I don't think there are Tesla numbers today, right? They're tomorrow. As far as I know. So here's Tesla right here. This is the latest news stories right here. There's nothing from this morning for deliveries. So we had written it down, and it was October 2nd, the last time I asked Adara. So I just wanted to double confirm that, and we'll ask her when she comes back. But I think even the boys at the desk, it's not today. The numbers that we got, so I like AMD breaking 170, is what I was going to get at anyways, with that news yesterday with the foundry and potential deal or whatever with Intel, where that's going to be on the story. So we'll get to that as well. But right into there, that's 170 right there. We'll see if it can go. That little top that we made in August 30th or so, that was 171. So if you want to get real specific with it, fine. But there's the break now. And I always say this, man, over here, get that garbage out of here. All this kind of stuff right now. And I was saying to Obi he's waiting for this huge dip to happen. Wait a minute, Tesla's going insane right now.
They're going to release today, I'm pretty sure, because today's the 2nd. Today's October 2nd.
Oh, today is October 2nd.
Yeah,
what
they're
am I
releasing sometime
I'm like,
today.
oh, the data's coming out October 2nd.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's today.
Yeah, so there goes Tesla right now, Brendan and Sharif. It's going right now. So 468 up to 478.
Boom.
Let's go. There's the numbers right now. Yeah, so my bad on that one. I forgot that it was October 2nd. Here I am saying it's October 2nd is when they're releasing, so it's not today. But there it goes. So it looks like we're going to get better numbers. I don't have them. Let's throw it over to the desk and see if they do.
Hey.
Keep an eye out here. Nothing yet as far as anything for Tesla. But clearly they're out somewhere because the market is... Oh, there they are. All right, so Q3 deliveries, 497,000 versus 439,612. So 497,99 versus 439,612. So handily beating estimates there as far as Q3 deliveries go. Production, 447,450 versus 450,313. So a slight undercut there on the production side, but total, again, Q3 deliveries, 497,099 versus 439,612.
That's higher than all the estimates that I saw. I saw 443 was consensus. I saw a stronger estimate from Gary Black for 470. Troy Teslike, he's a Tesla researcher, he was projecting 481. So this beats even the higher end of the spectrum here, Brendo. Good look for Tesla. I still don't have them on my side, so not really much that I can contribute there. Anything you
yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye out for individual numbers. I'll throw those up on the screen there just for anyone who might have missed that. I'm just going to keep an eye out for individual model numbers. Here's a few coming through right now. Tesla third quarter other model delivery category, 15,933 versus 17,184. So take out the Model 3, the Model X, and the Model Y, and everything else was a little bit under, which is normal for them. Tesla third quarter other model production, 11,624, down 13%. That's quarter over quarter. Model 3 Y deliveries, 481,166. Huge beat. 424,828. So 481,166 versus 424,828. Monster beat on, again, if you take out anything above essentially Model Y, and the Model Y, the Model 3, and the Model S, all huge beat.
Yeah, this is fantastic, Brendo, and it's on Tesla's website and the investor relations website over here. As you mentioned, all the numbers are accurate, but that gives you an idea of how reliant they are on Model 3 and Model Y, and less reliant, obviously, on Cyber X and S, having only produced 11,600 and sold a little bit less than 16,000 of those cars. So good look for Tesla here, but dropping right back down, trying to hold that 472 area, Brendo. We'll have to keep an eye out on this.
Yeah, so the production side of things a little bit weaker on certain individual categories. Again, the other, quote unquote, they call it the other model production side of things, which was 11,624 versus 15,933. Thoughts here, guys?
Oh boy.
I mean, my thoughts are exactly what you just said. Oh boy. Yeah, another big number. We had talked about this all week, that Tesla was going to do something. I mean, every single report that we had on the week was higher than expected, higher than expected. Everybody was expecting a bigger number, and then they gave it. Elon shows up, knocks the door out, and boom, right there, a huge move, and new all-time highs incoming. I mean, there's nothing else to talk about really for Tesla. This is what Tesla looks like right now. Like now my wife will just drive my car. Like she is like, oh, I'm just taking the Tesla. It's an amazing driving experience. I could not be happier owning one. It is charging downstairs as we speak. I haven't been to a gas station in months, well, since I've owned it, obviously. And it's a pleasure to drive. I just have a base Model 3. It has nothing even that fancy. I just have it as a commuter car. It's my favorite car I've ever driven. I like the stock, and there it is, man. There's 480. We've said 480's incoming, and there it is, man. As soon as you broke through all this garbage here at 360, 370, you're now up $100. in just a little bit of time. But pigs do get slaughtered, so you know what? I'm going to look today to see what I have in the account and take off 10%. I'm just rules-based, man, so we're going to do that. If it comes up, you know, we took out some Intel, we'll take out some Tesla here again today. Tesla just made it onto the sticky note, is what we were waiting for. Now we go long on Tesla on any pullbacks. I said pullback, so I wrote down 465 where the 200 period was. I got to adjust that. So right now you're looking for 470s, you're looking for VWAP, wherever that is. Right now that's at 470. Bye-bye Tesla, it's nice knowing you. Shout out to Chef Joe right now. Shout out to anybody that's put a lot. I have a friend of mine that's pretty much their whole RRSP is in Tesla.
Yeah, I got a buddy like that as well.
Yeah.
Like during undergrad, and this was many years ago, he was crazy about Tesla, and we were all like, "Oh, this guy's way too crazy." His first car was a Tesla as well. First car he ever bought. This guy's been rolling leaps since undergrad. Rolling leaps.
Jesus.
Why? Absolutely. He's big chilling. He works because he wants to. He likes what he does, but he doesn't need to do any of that.
But again, Obi, this is what I was trying to tell you, man.
Yeah.
When you have age on your side, this guy, all this guy did was buy. I mean,
he only bought Tesla. Tesla calls, Tesla shares, Tesla leaps, like everything. He just kept on just churning those. Oh, he's been talking about Tesla for years.
Right, no, but I'm saying, but Tesla's been a decade-long story.
Yeah,
you could have bought these options 6 months ago.
Yeah,
you know, and had this experience. But Tesla's been here before. It is a roller coaster. We want to say congratulations to TSLA, and for everybody that's like, China's eating Tesla's lunch. BYDDY. Let's just go over here. So this is what Tesla is, all-time highs, right? This is what BYDDY is doing right now. BYDDY, although it looks like it's, I got to use e-signal charts. Hold on a second. BYDDY, just to give you guys an idea. If you think that China's coming for them, then why don't we just maybe buy some BYD? You know, BYD's down here at $14. Its all-time highs are $20. So you are now off 50%, let's 35% from all-time highs. There's probably a get-up trade coming back into here. And look, Tesla, all-American company. If I had a USA button, I'd be hitting it right now. Congratulations to everybody that's really, there's two stocks that have printed the most millionaires. You can ask this to Perplexity. It's NVIDIA and it's Tesla. So right there, man, like you said, giving shares to employees, both these companies, share options, stock options, like you were mentioning, your friend there killing it as well as an investor. So congratulations everybody that's been on there. But you know, they threw it back there and said, what do we think about it? Well, that's what I think about it. So
I think like today it was on my top of the list. It still definitely is. We've got positive numbers. We're trading a little bit higher. 480 didn't really crack through that reaction reference push right there, but we're trading around 475. So nice little consolidation forming right now. We still have about 22 minutes left until the open. So I'm gonna wait, be patient. Whatever structure forms off of this reaction, off of the open, we'll talk about it a little bit more there. But let's get back to the desk there with the rundown.
This number as well, much higher than expected. The energy storage deployed, 12.5 gigawatts of energy storage in Q3 2025. That's their best ever quarter from the energy battery system as well.
And this has been a good tailwind for them lately, Brendo, and a lot of data centers are starting to use this as well because it keeps that current, consistent power. There's no spikes in power. And when you learn more about these GPUs and the networking components that connect them, you need that very, very consistent. There cannot be spikes up and down. Otherwise, they're not in harmony, these GPUs.
A lot of people questioning where the growth is going to come from for this company over the past couple of quarters. I mean, Elon himself said, going back a couple of quarters ago, saying the next few could be a bit of a rough ride. Maybe we've weathered the storm already, but just to make the point, the energy side, the robotic side, the AI side, still huge potential.
Absolutely. There's just so much. I mean, robotics, robo-taxi, goodness gracious, obviously XAI, another one of his ventures. But to really summarize this, we talked about this when we got the European numbers yesterday. It feels maybe that the decline in the deliveries, the decline in sales, Brendo, is kind of bottomed out. We're starting to see the other side of this finally.
And we're starting to see, hopefully anyways, the other side of the fallout from the political aspirations of Elon. Hopefully he'll stay in the office going forward. Let's go on to crypto. A couple days in a row to the upside here for IBIT, back to $68 as crypto closes, or Bitcoin anyways, closes in on 120.
Yeah, and October is one of the best months for crypto, Brendan, so let's get right down to it and talk about it. Historically, October is Bitcoin's strongest month with gains in the last 10 of 12 years since 2013. Traders refer to the period as Uptober, of course, highlighting a recurring pattern where September weakness sets up October strength. This year was kind of an exception, with Bitcoin gaining 5% in September versus its usual sluggish performance. Obviously, the U.S. government shutdown helped kind of push that forward as, you know, political gridlock and risk continues to rear its ugly head, Brendo. The token has surged about 90% year to date. Analysts suggest that while October's strength is likely, the pace of gains may moderate due to September's better than expected upside. Also, Bitcoin's longer term trajectory remains tied to regulatory easing, adoption, and macro volatility.
Just taking a note here on Disney. Hulu becoming global general entertainment brand on Disney Plus beginning October 8th. That's Disney so far today, guys.
All right, thoughts on Bitcoin, my guy?
I'm looking at it right now, man. That 119.5 test that we recently got was just this morning. It was interesting. We had a bit of a run up all the way almost into that prior high. I think again all-time highs was at 120,000 something and change, if I remember correctly. Let's just go up to a weekly chart here and take a look at that specific. So we're pretty much within range of these all-time highs here on Bitcoin. So yeah, a lot of strength. And we were talking about this, yeah, dip down to, I think, 108. Might have been a little bit scary, but well within trend. We're still holding structure, higher highs and higher lows, even with the range that this is kind of pulling back. A 13% pullback is well within range for Bitcoin. And we were just talking about this earlier this morning. Like, the higher it gets, the percent pullbacks are going to be a little bit wider, and it might seem a little scary, but that's when you can just use your percentages and really not really care too much about the price necessarily, and be like, all right, this is a 10% pullback. Is that within range for Bitcoin? Sure, it went from 120 to 108, but is it, you know, is it within the behavior, the normal behavior set of what the Bitcoin volatility usually exhibits? Yes, very much so. And I think, yeah, well within range. I think we're poised for all-time highs, man. That's
I mean, it's a catch-up trade, right? And that's what I was saying to Joseph and to Sharif the last little while, is just the fact that, you know, the market's at all-time highs, and it was just a matter. I'm still watching Tesla. The market's at all-time highs, so it's no surprise that now Bitcoin needs to pick up a little bit. All the market does is switch from this to that to this to that, and it's like they took a break on IBIT. They gave everybody an opportunity to get back into it. And hey, look, if you had faith in crypto, these were the levels. We had talked about this. Many people waiting for the 200 period moving average. Again, talk to Obi, waiting for some support to get into things. Well, I mean, there was an opportunity right there on IBIT. Now you're 10% higher and wondering if all-time highs are incoming. We do have to apologize. We do have very annoying noises this morning. People talking about chalkboard scratching and things like that. And unfortunately, it's probably going to continue. So we want to appreciate everybody's patience and everything as we work through more and more renovations. And you guys can see behind us lots of stuff happening as we look to grow the studio and work completely on the other side to make a bigger and better viewing experience for everybody. And so
I'm excited for this piece right here.
Yeah,
that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, well, we've already said. I mean, just a huge video wall. It's going to be amazing. So we are very, very excited for that. So, all right. Yes, there is. Unfortunately, Frank, thank you for bringing that up. There is no big reveal today because Neil is off. Thanks, Neil.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we'll have to wait on that one. So, no big reveal today.
Oh boy.
Wow, Neil. All right, back over to the desk.
Just seeing a note on BE, Bloom Energy. JP Morgan doubling their price target. Moved down yesterday.
It was big.
Or was it higher?
No, it was a higher. I think it touched back to all-time. Well, I don't know if it's back to COVID highs, but it was back to local highs yesterday.
Right.
Plug Power also had a good day.
I'll pull that up and have a look. But yeah, just heads up. Again, JP Morgan doubling their price target for Bloom Energy. Intel, meanwhile, if you missed it yesterday, if you were on the golf course maybe, huge move into the close here. We got all the way back to $36 by the end of the day. Kind of surprising, not much follow through here this morning. You made the point, which is a good one. not a lot of detail in that announcement yesterday, but if you missed it, AMD potentially their first foundry customer.
Yeah, and oldest rivals too, Brando. They didn't like each other. I tell you, I used to buy laptops with AMD processors. They were crap compared to Intel. That's not the case anymore. So apparently, Intel is reportedly in early discussions with AMD to manufacture some of AMD's chips through, yes, of course, Intel's foundry business, the much beleaguered and maligned foundry business. They've been aggressively seeking large-scale customers to validate their turnaround strategy. The collaboration would be notable, of course, because, as I mentioned, AMD and Intel are long-standing rivals in that x86 chip design business for PCs, of course. Now we're talking more AI. Securing AMD as a customer would allow Intel to confidently invest in scaling its manufacturing technology. Analysts are highlighting here, Brendo, that such a move would send a strong signal to other chip makers that Intel can handle third-party business at scale. We saw NVIDIA throw $5 billion Intel's way, but it was a product deal only. They specifically said we're not using the foundry business, and they stuck with Taiwan Semi.
Suddenly, the U.S. guy, just saying, suddenly the U.S. government takes a stake in Intel, and they're getting all the deals coming through. Quickly, we were talking about crypto there to kick things off. This is coming tomorrow. Rera, going to trade under the ticker symbol SLMT as of October 3rd on the NASDAQ. It's an crypto infrastructure company.
Yeah, I just want to let everybody know as well, the morning note is out, Brendo. So if you guys are not joined, Andre, if we can, right below the video, there is that join button right there. And if you click it, you can become a premium member with our YouTube feed. And what it gives you access to, of course, is my morning note. So if you're already signed up, you go to the YouTube homepage over here, right under posts, you click that bad boy and you'll see the first one right there. You click read more, and there it is. It will only show up for premium users. It's a PDF file, super accessible. You can view it on mobile, desktop, whatever you like.
Thoughts on Intel, AMD, guys?
Grab my
definitely some thoughts on a bit. The buyers are here. I said that last week when we started aggressively pushing and breaking. All right. So Intel, AMD, yes, definitely a lot to talk about here. And I was saying this last week, the buyers are definitely here on Intel. We got that consolidation breakout. We were consolidating for almost over a year, 19 halves. I think a little bit lower as well. And when we finally kind of got that push last week, we're starting to sustain some of those levels as well. And I think Joe was showing us the 35 open interest as well. Was it expiring this week or on the 17th, I think? 17th. On the 17th. So that open interest is looking interesting as well. We're trading in and around those levels, 35. So I'm looking for this 36.30 prior high break just to look for that continuation. But you can see we gapped up, consolidated, price acceptance, bidding up higher, selling off a little bit, maybe some more price acceptance, holding structure from before, and maybe poised for a bit of a push higher. But that's on Intel. Intel kind of does its own thing. That's what I realized. But AMD, oh boy, that's an aggressive bid here in the pre-market session. Nice little push continuation after a strong close going into the end of the day yesterday. 170, well within range. If we do if we do find that buyers are still going to be continuing this move, I think that's going to be interesting, and I definitely want to participate in some of that, and you can see that here as well. A little bit of a weekly breakout happening through that 165 level, 4 or 5 weeks, so monthly breakout happening, and then the next resistance is 186. I don't know if we're going to get there just today, but we're gapping up all the way into 170 as of right now. So I'm looking for that continuation up above some of these levels, above 165. That's what I'm looking for the bid to hold above.
Yeah, so for me, same kind of a way. I'm looking here at, it's on the, gotta say would love to, but cannot make that tonight. My daughter again. All right, 170 break. I mean, I wrote this down on the sticky note. I think this is worth taking here. Even right off the open. If this market is euphoric, which it seems to be right now, I think AMD wants to go. It's trying to break up higher. We've now got this level right here of 165. It is now, it's on the note right there today to go. So I'm going to have this. It's AMD 170 key break on this Intel news. It's the right space. Let's get this higher. I mean, I think we've been really hitting NVIDIA lately, and that broke through its levels vehicles as well. I think this has 185, 190 in it, right? I mean, why not? It doesn't seem to be anything negative in this space right now. We'll see if that wants to go. And I mean, look at Broadcom also. Forget about the whole Intel news. This is what I mean. It's the space that's going up. Broadcom up 3% as well. NVIDIA up. Micron, NVDA. NVIDIA was up yesterday, is up today, but not as much today. Micron up huge yesterday, up today again. The space, ARM yesterday up huge. So there's so many, I don't know, green shoots right now that I think it's hard. Look at this ARM move yesterday, whoosh, right there. It's hard to ignore that, right? And then you get also the great news, both American companies, great news here from Intel yesterday as potentially that new customer. They're going to fade off a little bit. And like I said, it was a good thing that we were able to get some out there yesterday at those highs. We got out this day, but yesterday saved a little bit from traders that were maybe wondering if they should have got out. You got that opportunity yesterday. I'm not as excited about Intel. We'll wait. Yeah. Like we hit Intel when this happened yesterday. So we didn't trade Intel at all until that happened, and we went long Intel and then had this into the close.
Nice.
All right, we also reloaded it, Obi, we reloaded it right there yesterday as well, right? And so there was a lot of opportunities there to get in, and I think Intel will give you that again. I don't know if here it is right here. This was
beautiful.
Yeah, this was just, we didn't get it until late. There's the 35 break, so we ran that to about 35.80, then it came back in, and we reloaded it at 35, and then at the end of the day, this doesn't show the whole trade, but at the end of the day, it ripped into 36 and change. Wow. So we actually got close to the closing print yesterday. So we had about $1 at the end of the day. We had part of this move as well. So let's just wait. We can be patient with Intel. We don't have to hit it immediately. But that AMD level, I think if you hit it, you might want to, I was going to say hit it and quit it, but we want to hit it and maybe stay with it as we try to break that 170. I remember how good NVIDIA was when we broke 180, or 185. You were on the show here with me when that broke, and that was just a really big trade as well, right into here. So there was the 185 break. That went to 187. So I have something similar here for AMD, I think, is in the cards. I'm going long on advanced micro devices. The order's already in. So 180 break. And then just on the downside, I know you mentioned 165. You're doing all that work. So that's good. We always like yesterday's closing prices.
Oh, yeah. So
I'm down with 165. So we'll wait. If the market comes down and we don't get long 170, we'll wait for Bill 65.
One or the other, yeah.
What's up, boys?
They've started to make some of the smaller models. We were just talking about Ford. It was out yesterday, but Ford, huge uptick in EV, not only EV deliveries, but production as well on the quarter. And I chuckled because as we were talking about that yesterday, Randy comes over here and he's telling us about one of his friends who had a recall on their Ford vehicle.
He sent me the picture.
In the actual letter that was sent to the customer, it said, "We have no parts, but just so you know, your car has to have this done."
But drive it anyway, Brendo.
It may or may not break. Anyway, Robinhood continuing this multi-day run here, back to the top end of the range, 142 coming into play here, super strong. Needham, one of a few positive notes coming through this morning. Again, if you missed it, this was late yesterday, actually, exploring or the opportunity to get into the prediction markets a la Kalshi.
Oh yeah, it's been doing they're calling them event contracts, Brendo, and they've got substantial amount of event contracts. But yesterday, Vlad Tenev was in Singapore and he was on Squawk Box Asia, happened to catch the interview by accident, and he was talking a lot about tokenization. So let's get right down to it. He called tokenization a freight train that will eventually eat, Brendo, the entire financial system. He believes most major markets will have a framework for tokenized assets within 5 years. Tokenization, of course, refers to turning real-world assets like stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities into actual digital representations, tradable, of course, on the blockchain network. In June, Robinhood launched 200 tokenized U.S. stocks only for EU customers, though. He argued tokenization could become the default method for accessing U.S. stocks internationally. He expects Europe to lead the adoption. Sadly, though, he's predicting the U.S. will be one of the last adopters for this tokenization push, and major firms like Morgan Stanley and BlackRock have obviously signaled their interest in tokenization, kind of giving legitimacy to the whole push.
Yeah, 9 of 11 days in a row here to the upside, including the past couple of guys at all-time highs here for Robinhood.
Yeah, what a way we've come, man. I'm just looking at this weekly chart on Robinhood, and this thing was doing absolutely nothing during 2022, 2023, and a decent chunk going into 2024, the first half as well. But that run-up since then has been absolutely wild. Yes, all-time highs indeed. 140, 125 is currently trading. highs I have on the weekly chart at 143.62s. Where are we relative to the actual high? 143.60. That's weird. 143.62s on the weekly, but this chart's showing 143.60s. That's fine. We made that high just on Tuesday after hours. So going into the close on Tuesday, we'll see if it comes right in. I'm looking for this trend to continue. We got that aggressive push coming into the beginning of the week. I'm looking for this week to continue to close a little bit stronger here, but we have made maybe potentially a little bit of a top here at 143.60s, but I'm looking for that momentum. Strong market tailwind, strong sector. I like the bid. Let's see if it continues. That's what I'm looking for on.
Yeah, I mean, Robinhood, there's nothing really to say other than trying to buy some dips. I mean, if we look at what yesterday's trade was like for Robinhood, not good. So this could happen again today, you know, where we get a really excited open, get up to that 143 area, and then get faded out. So I want to see it break. Like, it needs to stay above 143. So for me, I don't actually want to trade Robinhood today until it breaks that 143. Right now we're at 141, 142. It needs to break this level here and hold it. Because then once that happens, like once we break above it, then I can replay some of the tests back down into here, because then we can use 142.50 as our out, something like that. I am just a little bit nervous. We've had some nice moves, but it's faded out, and then it really got going, faded out, got going again. So yeah, I don't want to punch the highs here on Robinhood, but I do want to, you know, play the sector, and I think Webull is a great name in the space, and it again has been hit the last couple days, but it's kind of like we're getting into some charts. We're getting into some support areas again for this. So this comes into like 1375, 1350. I really think Webull is a buy. And then everyone's favorite stock, I feel like there's more talk always about SoFi than there is about Robinhood. And it might be price related just because a little bit of a cheaper name here. But wow, that 29 was a good, I mean, we had just, again, it just had extended too far. We had talked about getting some out. We had last got some out at 24, then again at 29. So we kind of hover in the middle of those two prices right now. I like this stock down here at the 50-period moving average. I think SoFi is another one of those names that you want to get involved with. I think this is going to be a longer-term idea. SoFi here with room to run. Great quarter, their last print, and I think it continues. There it was right there. Nice upside. We took out all-time highs then, and now we're trying to do it again with SoFi. Before I say all-time highs, let me just double-check that on the chart here, because I thought we were in and around, maybe we have to go back, let's go to a monthly just to double check. It'll be quick, bear with me in 1 second. Yeah, okay, yeah, so we did make that. But this is the area of concern right now. We broke through it, we made about a 10% push higher. Now we'll see if it wants to hold. So for me, yeah, 25 bucks. Let's play in and around here. If we can get long, I think it's a good hold back to 30, and then you deal with it after that. So SoFi, definitely stamping that approval on there. And then JP Morgan, we heard some deals today, I think it was with the Saudis or Kuwait or something like that. Again, just something about taking something private. I don't know what it was. It's not an upgrade or downgrade or anything. But JP Morgan also potentially seeing some tops. So this could fade back to 3 bills, which looks like a decent buying opportunity there as well. Citigroup with Donald Trump Jr. was a story this morning there. So the financials still look real healthy, man. Nice little pullback even for Citigroup from 105 back into 100. So yeah, some of the names starting to come out. It looks like it's a tech world today.
All right, let's go on to Apple here. This was late yesterday. Bloomberg, just a report at this point, but it's interesting from the standpoint that, as we all know and have discussed on this show many, many times, Apple is notorious for being not only late to the party, but typically the last to the party. So the fact that they're making this shift apparently so early in this game, I think really points to, you know, as you've been saying all along here, the legitimacy of potential in this product.
Yeah, Brendo, I mean, this is usually, well, we saw it with the car, but we don't typically see it with Apple, right? They see things through. Let's talk about what we mean here. So Apple apparently has halted the development of its lower cost Vision Pro headset, codenamed N100, which was actually slated for a 2027 release. The Vision Pro, which is obviously priced at $3,500 US, launched back in February of 24, and it's faced weak momentum. Apple is relocating some of its engineers from the headset team to accelerate product, yes, on smart glasses. And there's going to be 2 types, according to this report from Bloomberg. Go ahead.
I don't want to interrupt you, but we're 5 seconds away here, guys, from the market opening quickly on Apple.
The market is now open. All right, so here we go. The market's now open. I mean, we like Apple. This market is brought to you by, of course, Beta Pro, 3X, Global X. Thank you so much, Global X, for continuing to sponsor us. The market is now open. So, I mean, I like Apple. We've talked about sort of the new phone release. The iPhone 17 has been pretty hot. There's Tesla. I'm waiting for 466. That's the 200 period moving average. So Tesla does come down here a little bit. Look at the futures. It's a nice crack lower right there. We put down on the TQQs. We're waiting for yesterday's levels, and they're not in yet. So we're waiting for like 105 low. We'll see what happens there. But the 200 period's at 106. So if you like that there, I think Tesla might be our first fill. I'm bidding 466. So that might be able to come in right now. I'm going to try a spot right now. Very small. We'll try like 10 or, we just missed it. I just bid 467. Should come in. We'll see if we can get that fill to start a trade there for TSLA. And then my guy AMD over here, downside as well, back into the 200 period moving average. So things moving around. Keep us updated in the chat if there's anything you guys want us to cover that maybe we haven't yet, but it's only 1 minute in, Obi. So market fading out just a little bit now.
Yeah, just a little bit there. We're holding that 190 for now, so I got a little involved on top of it. But again, it hasn't shown me everything that I want to see just yet. Wow, that's a nasty little wick. I'll remove that.
Just take $1 on Tesla.
We're holding that level pretty well here as of right now. So let's see if we get that continuation. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I said. Tesla a little bit of a pullback through that 470 mark, and Nvidia holding that 190 still. Let's see. Can we print the half? Can we hold the quarter? Can we print the half? We're holding the quarter right now. We're trying to print the half at 190 halves, but can't really get through. This chart is maybe not the best to look at right now, but I am honestly just watching the tape. I'm not even looking at the chart because the chart is way too slow. The chart is going to be way too slow. Don't forget the Nvidia. Nvidia 190. So it's like the chart's going to be way too slow here. I want to see the raw data, and the tape is pushing 191s here. Oh boy, can we hit 191s now? Maybe a little bit of a struggle, but nice little push.
Spot gold hitting record highs
on Nvidia. What about spot gold?
Record high today, gold. Okay, so we took some profit. You're not in Nvidia, of course. I was going to say you're not in Tesla. So we're in Tesla right now. It's coming into 465, man. I mean, this is a level that we thought we would look at today. And so it's here, so I'm looking. And we're long. So we're long right now at 466.20s. I'm not going to let this thing break 464. And when it does, I'm out. I was hoping that it would hold the 200 period moving average. We already took it out $1 and then $1.50 on our first trade. We are now averaged back into this. Remember, we had 467s. We got out of about half of it there and then held it back in. So now we have to wait. We are now long on Tesla. I like the stock, but we got to see if it breaks lower, we're out, right? I mean, fine. Deliveries happened. If the market likes it, I'm here for it. Okay, but you know what, Obi? Okay. Now I got to get some out because now we're starting to rip higher right now. Now we're starting to rip higher. Money.
Let's go.
I don't want to celebrate. All right, here it is. 469. It's now $3 in the money, Obi.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thanks, man. But I appreciate your trade too, man. Nvidia long at 190. Yeah. There goes Tesla right there. And not only that, Obi, it's the thing is that we're doing it live every day, but we're also doing it an hour in the past. And because we posted up here already what our sticky note would be. This is yesterday's. Here's today's note, and it has Tesla written on here 465 long. So that's the trade that we have. And it's just like, you got to try to stick with it. I don't know how far this is going to be going up right now, but I'm taking another piece out as we take that $2, and now we just wait to see. We filled that sort of a gap that we had off the release. Ooh. Now let's see if we can actually get back into that 475 area. I think I'm just going to hold Tesla right now and then just to see where it goes. So I do have another offer at 470, and then we'll see about a little higher than that. Hopefully we can get there. It's too bad we didn't get more at 465.
Yeah, so pulling back in through that 190. So holding as of right now, still above VWAP, but didn't really follow through into that 191 that well. So I did add a little bit there, but nothing too significant that would kind of mess it up for me. But as long as we hold above some of this pre-market structure and we hold above VWAP and we hold, and the market tailwind kind of starts catching up, you can see the NASDAQ and the ES. I guess the NASDAQ is selling off a little bit more aggressively. Yeah. ES is catching a little bit of a bid. bid here. So yeah, where will the Nasdaq stop? I have no idea. But this Nvidia long is not going to be pretty if the Nasdaq is going to continue to flush the way it is as of right now. So yeah, maybe a little bit of a profit taking, maybe some selling coming in off of the open. I'm willing to give this a couple shots here. Tesla is still kind of holding that 464, 466, 465 area-ish as of right now. But that's what we were looking for. We were looking for it to hold this in some sort of effective way, and unless and until it can show us that, I'm not really necessarily going to get involved. Fermi, oh boy, that's a little paradoxical coming to the downside. I was looking for a potential continuation, but we're holding pretty well here as of right now. Oh boy, 190 halves rebid. That rebid was aggressive. We're coming into the first 5-minute candle close.
Bye-bye.
On Tesla with on the market, but on Nvidia, and the rebid through that 190 half was pretty aggressive. That's what I want to see. Let's see if the Nasdaq can start to catch a little bit of a bid as well. Don't forget, economic numbers. What are those? The government is shut down right now, Sean.
They are?
I think so. That's what I heard.
Okay, yeah, me too. I heard that too. All right, so right now we're in a little bit of trouble here. Tesla has broken lower. We did get out and then it held, so I'm going to test it again back inside a little bit there. There goes AMD. This could be a problem as well if the market doesn't smarten up right now. And you had a great trade there with Nvidia, but it looks like AMD does break that 170 area, but now is fading off of that exact level. So not a great start there for AMD. I mean, it was a great start, but to buy that bottom might have been a little bit better. Okay, we just got stopped out of Tesla again there at the day's low, so maybe it doesn't have the juice today. Let's stay away from it until it can prove itself, and then maybe retake that 466. Look, we tried to get that going. We did have a nice winner on there. We talked about that, and then we wind up putting an L on that board. So there we go, man. I mean, we could talk about our winners, but we have to make sure we talk about our losers. So right there, we will flush ourselves down the toilet as we tried Tesla and not working out too much at all right there. All right, but here's the trade though. Let's see if we can get this going. You make one trade, doesn't work out. You try to go for the other one. You just got to play that. Is that a dare that I'm hearing coughing now? Okay, good. I'm trying to make sure that there's not too much sickness around here right now. Neil and Obi. But no, we're just joking around. Hopefully everybody can get healthy here ASAP. But there it goes. So you're still in Nvidia. I'm in AMD. There's many more stocks ripping up. I mean, we have LAC today, Lithium America. That's a stock that was moving around. Nice move from 670 up to 710 right now as that's going through. Robinhood. I mean, the whole market's coming back. Right, so we got to watch out for this Robinhood right now. We had mentioned that I didn't like that. Wow, I said, what about that 143 fade? Okay, that happened right away off the open. Now $4 to the downside, looking to break right now 140 and change. But it's AMD, man, that's giving us some problems here. As that's pulled right back in. Not sure what your Nvidia is doing, but AMD right now is not the trade that we'd hoped for. It's the Nasdaq that's really pulling this whole market down. Tesla also fading out pretty good.
Yeah, very likely to stop me out here as this aggressive pullback, pulling back through 190s. Yeah, the market's coming in pretty aggressively. So maybe we can look for a potential bid in and around that 25,000 mark. Maybe that's what I'm looking at. Whole number. We just cracked through that 25,100 just now on the Nasdaq. You can see that uptrend during the pre-market session has broken pretty distinctly, and we're getting that bit of a follow through as of right now. So wipe back down on Nvidia, and yeah, pretty much. I'm sure if anybody was risking opening range lows, you're probably getting stopped out in and around here. But yeah, absolutely crazy action here. Let's see what else is happening here. Okay, so Dell didn't really get anywhere. I actually had DXYZ, Destiny Tech. I don't know if you guys remember that one on watch today with a little bit of a strength coming in yesterday and a gap up in this pre-market.
Wow, AMD.
Oh boy, Nike's going. Nike's just doing it to the upside right now, Sean. That was the trade we were looking for yesterday, but it's definitely on a bit of a run today, distinctly different from the rest of the market here as of right now. Wow, 189. I'm glad I got out on the 75 crack on Nvidia. Yeah, failed breakout, but again, if you were looking for $1, it gave you the $1. I was obviously not looking for just $1 on something like an Nvidia all-time high breakout, but that's fine.
Right.
I'm willing to lose a little bit on that multiple times, unless and until the bid kind of catches on, if it does. So there's that bid coming in pretty aggressively once again on Nvidia. I'm willing to give this. I want to see it hold sustainably over 190. That's what I'm looking for.
All right, I'm trying to do something similar here. I'm going to give, so I was looking, Tesla, nice little battle back, first of all, right there. Maybe we had found a bottom in and around 462, okay? It's funny because yesterday we had the NASDAQ short rate off the open, and today just wasn't feeling it, and we've gone 0 for 2 now, catching the longs. So, yeah, like this is what it looks like, you know, we celebrate when we win and we talk like this when we lose. I mean, I can't be happy going with these longs here today. They have not worked out at all. But now I'm just going to wait to see this 167. I thought this AMD had a bigger move in it today, man. I mean, you're still up 2%. Obviously, it's coming down. The NASDAQ is about to turn, I feel like it's about to turn red. I don't know. I did write down TQQs down here at 105. That may come into play here. I wasn't actually even thinking that it was going to come in. These are some levels that we had held yesterday, break above there. So yeah, that's going to have to hold. But it's actually sad because normally I am in with you on these NVIDIA plays. And today, for some reason,
it just wasn't there.
Yeah, we got, no, it's not that. I think it was okay. It's just I got blindsided and went over to AMD. So we talked about having catalysts and whatnot, but it looks like right now AMD is breaking and getting lower. So I got to very carefully get out of this one, man. If this breaks 167, then I don't think there's much to this trade anymore. And then we just wait for this gap fill back into like 164, 165. So yeah, like little sick with it right now is AMD. So we just got to wait to see where it goes. We're right now we're out at 50 cents, but we've already taken the dollar hit the wrong way. So there it goes, man. This is why I say, like, you know, you got to celebrate your wins. They don't come every single day, although this is a little bit more dramatic today. I feel like this pull down is for real, aggressive. For real.
I mean, it seems like wow, 189's flat. Wow, we broke that consolidation low, teleported straight to the whole dollar on 189s. This market is tanking. You can see that a little bit of a push all the way back down. Let's see if we can get to 25,000 flat on the NASDAQ. That's coming in real hot. So some strong selling coming in off of NVIDIA all-time high push. I like that. What percent was the gap up? I got to measure that. I got to make sure that wasn't within range, I guess. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's questionable. But yeah, okay, so maybe the short was a little bit of a better idea on a failure to follow through than 190 for now, but it seems like we are continuing to sell off 188.80. So where is the next trade? That's what I'm looking at right here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, Fermi's still selling off. Wow, that's a nice sell off on there on that one. NVIDIA, I'm looking for the long, man. You know I love reversions. I'm waiting for those buyers to start to step in, but there is no sign of buyers right now. The tape is literally blood red every 2 seconds. So unless and until I see anything that is distinctly different with some market tailwind turn, I'm not really looking for anything just yet. Wow, Amazon, look at that overextension. Oh boy. Tesla.
What price we got on Amazon?
219.
Okay,
so 219's on Amazon. Nothing crazy. I like the way it's holding up bigger picture, even though we're selling off as a whole. We're still kind of consolidating. This is a January month open. January month open is 222s. So 222 is January month open on Amazon. If you want to see some interesting price action, look at Amazon and how it's been treating that 222 over the past few weeks. And people really like opening prices and closing prices, right? So the opening candle of the year is 222. So our opening price of the year is 222, and it's been an interesting interaction in and around there. What do we got going on the leaderboard?
The market's going to break.
The
market's still going to break lower here.
We're getting into
okay, so far, this is what everyone's voting for. All you got to do, Tesla's now negative, by the way, down to 456 right there. Oh boy, man, that would have been a short for sure. All you got to do is go in here and just like what Josh just did there, push in $sign because it's 943 right now. The market is cracked. Tesla's down to 455. So Rigetti, Eli Lilly.
Whoa. You see that? Teleport on ES. ES just dropped down like 20, 30 points.
Okay, so that's not
in
good.
One single.
All right, so we'll get over this. But BBAI up, Baba's up. Wow, Baba's up 4%. Weeble's up right now. Nebius is up. Coinbase up 4%, of course, on strength in Bitcoin. So maybe that's where we should be looking, Obi. Nvidia, IVDA, APLD, and then BMNR, of course, the Tom Lee Ethereum play. So Treasury. So we'll keep this going. There it is, man. We have to hit another fail for us because there goes AMD. Just broke 167. 650. So we throw our hands up and say we got to wait now to see what's going on, because there goes AMD right there breaking back down in. The only thing now, I did not see that elevation there or lack thereof on the NASDAQ or on the ES, but I was waiting for NASDAQ to get a little bit lower here on the TQQs. So if that can come in, then I think we'll try to buy a little bit of dem right here. But yeah, that nice downside push in this market. It looks like it still wants to continue. Where will Tesla stop? Tesla has the big ugly candles in it right now. Wow. Right back in for TSLA. Can we find a bid somewhere? That's the next question. 452 area of concern. This little area could hold if it blasts back up 458, but that needs to get going. Right now, Tesla 455, and everything looks like it's going lower again. We're out of our AMD. That continues lower. The short was what the play was. Robinhood, there are still some strong stocks, right?
Yeah, look at Coinbase.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Bitcoin's almost at 120.
Yeah. You think, well, with the market selling off as aggressively as it is,
I still want to get long.
I'm looking for places that are baiting, and yeah, crypto seems like it might be the spot here. But honestly, I'm looking for a potential reversion here on either Nvidia or Tesla. We are a little aggressively overextended, in my opinion. But again, I could be very, very much wrong, and this could not be the current bottom as of right now. But we're catching a little bit of a curl here on Tesla, maybe a little bit more aggressively than Nvidia, but there it is, the fresh 15-minute candle, the second 15-minute candle of the day. Oh boy, it's only been 15 minutes. It seems like forever, right? With this kind of tape here. I'm like, oh my God, we've been selling forever. We've only been selling for 15 minutes, guys. We've just only printed the first 15-minute range on the day across the board, and yeah, it's a little bit of a sell, but let's see what we do with this range as of right now. The NASDAQ trying to catch a little bit of a bid, but so close to that 25,000 whole kind of a mark. I don't know if we're going to revert all the way back down to there, but this is well within that area. So I'm watching the tape here now, kind of looking for that confluence. Does Nvidia show me buyers that are distinctly different than any of the wiping buyers that were in and got crushed on the way down? So that's the question I'm asking right now. I might dabble a little bit there, but want to keep it light unless and until we get that confirmation of a bit of a bid here. Don't forget, we just found a little bit of a bid just now. So, okay, maybe coming in right now. So,
talk about there's money on the sidelines, right? So,
yeah,
like you and I were talking about, like when and how far down do these markets have to go before eventually someone's all over these things? All right, we're going to try it one more time here. Stupid me, right? Stupid is as stupid does, but we're going to try AMD again. So we're in it back to the upside here as it breaks through 167. We will take a few shares here and see if it wants to work itself out. We do have the TQQs position as well. That's starting to go up. So let's just take a little bit of profit here, as we've done good to find some bottoms, but we haven't done good today, man. I mean, the two big positions that I had earlier on were Tesla bad and this AMD trade bad. But AMD, I think, can still go, man. I mean, it's trying again here. So let's just give it a couple seconds to see if it wants to break a little bit higher. We'll wait here at the 30s and to see if we can get some out. So here we go. Let's go AMD. I'm actually at 27s. It just bounced off of me. There's 25s. Go higher. Go higher. There it is. Nice move. Into 30. Okay, we got 40s as well. So now we're starting to get upside a little bit, making a little bit of money back here, Obi, as the market's trying to fly through. Still pretty red on the day, but let's see if this market can get going back there to the upside. Yeah, IBIT go boom, BTBT people talking about as well. Look at IBIT right now, up another 2%. Congratulations anybody that was buying some of those dips. I know some people around here were, so congratulations to that as that continues to go. But yeah, IBIT recovering nicely. AMD, come on AMD. Let's see if we can get at least back to VWAP, which would be that 168 area. That would be my next level of concern. So let's put an offer now at 167.80, see if we can get that, and hopefully we can get some levitations back there to the upside.
Yes, sir. So guys, exciting news for Canadian sophisticated traders. Beta Pro by Global X Canada has just launched 6 new triple leverage ETFs, offering 3 times bull and 3 times bear exposure to the S&P, TSX 60, semiconductors, and U.S. Treasuries. Even better, they're offering a special fee rebate, dropping management fees to just 65 basis points until December 31st of 2025. These ETFs also employ currency hedging to seek to neutralize U.S. dollar exposure, providing performance that may more accurately reflect the underlying U.S. equity indices. If you are a tactical, sophisticated trader looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca/3xdaily to learn more. Oh boy, so yeah, a little bit of a bid, but not really. Maybe I want to see a little bit of a consolidation here because the market's still kind of a little muted on the bid side. We caught a bid coming into the open of that first 15-minute candle. It's only been about 4 minutes. If that selling catches back on, like it is right now, back through the open, that candle, that 15-minute candle, just went green to red. So I was watching. I was like, oh wait, I don't know, maybe. No, they're still weak. Sellers are still slamming into them. It's holding, but it's stalling, 89 halves. So I don't want to be a part of it just yet. I like the reversions, but I do have stats on when I like reversions a little bit better, after what kind of price action I like reversions a little bit better, after what kind of market confluence I like reversions a little bit better. So as of right now, nothing too crazy. The only thing that maybe showed a bid was Nvidia. That was somewhat convincing, but I looked at the market and I'm like, this can easily kind of go green to red, and that is kind of what happened. So we didn't get continuation just yet, but I'm watching. The day low right now is 188.57. We're trading at 188.90. So a little bit of turbulence expected on today's flight for sure. But it seems like this market is. I mean, we thought it was going to be flying, but crypto is the place to be for that.
Crypto is flying. Well. Yeah, I mean,
relatively speaking.
No, it is. I mean, it's up to 119.5 right now and continues to go higher. So, I mean, a couple good outs for us. We didn't quite get to 168 right now. We're not going to really reload this until it gets a lot lower into the 166. Well, not a lot lower, but a couple pennies lower than where we are right now on this kind of a play. Let's just check in again on what people are talking about one more time here. So make sure you do get into here and get into this leaderboard right now. It looks like it's all about Tesla. So let's just go over there. 455 might have been that bottom for Tesla. I'm really impressed with Alibaba's 191 look, so that's definitely something to look at here today as well. But let's just go over to the big dog today, and it's going to be Tesla, man. That bark was serious when those deliveries were released, and then I guess it's just like I said, anticipate the story. That this big candle, I got to get rid of that, obviously. Anticipate the story, came out better than expected, and then we sell the news, right? So buy the rumor, sell the news right there off open. So I just think a lot of traders there, not necessarily expecting better deliveries. They were, and I think that's what ran it up, Obi. But for right now, Tesla in a downtrend. So we just picked up some of 105. We did mark down 105 that we liked this area here for the TQs, but it just bumped up and we didn't get anything out. That was a mistake. Should have looked there instead of that Tesla right there. So we do have now an offer up to the upside because that was a big rejection right there in the NASDAQ, by the way. Like it just tried to break through that 25,000. We'll see if it's going to hold it, but it tried to get back up through 25,050. It did not. That's a big red candle. Like I was on there watching it. I was like, I'm going to get this. And then it just went whoosh all the way down. So I actually even offered 36s there and did not get any. So this is a problem right now. AMD trying to go, but that's 167. Hopefully this one can go, Obi. And I don't really want to scalp it out, but I feel like if you're long right now, the scalps might be the key.
Yeah, I think
and hold the shorts.
I think if you're short, you're holding. If you're trying to get long, yeah, you know that you're counter trending the market. So I think they're definitely going to be much more shorter time frame. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, good point there, Sean. I like that. I'm honestly looking for. I'll be, again, the long, but we haven't got to 25,000 just yet. We're kind of trying to knock on the door there. We hit 88 halves on Nvidia, just chopping and churning as of right now. Maybe the bid starts coming in, going into the second 15-minute candle, right? So let's see. We've got some selling coming in here pretty much across the board. So AMD also kind of sold off, but the reversion on AMD is working out a little bit better here, Sean. So I think the bid has caught on much better on AMD than it has on Nvidia. Maybe it makes sense because AMD is more within its range, kind of breaking out of a daily, weekly structure, whereas Nvidia is breaking out of an all-time high structure. So it's just like, all right, what's more likely to have profit takers? What's more likely to have selling if they do come in? I would say the one at all-time highs a little bit more maybe than the one that's breaking out and kind of consolidating on a daily, weekly level. So that's kind of the look I have here as of right now. Oh boy, a little bit of a bid back up coming into the close or the last 5-10 minutes of this candle here. So I'm looking for more confluence. I think so. We did break down that low. We bid back above it about 20 pennies, but even that is getting knocked down with heavy selling. You can see here on the bottom left side of my screen, there's a lot of dark red. I know sometimes I can't even read it, but all I need to see, sometimes you just just got to be like Skittles and read the rainbow, right? So it's just like, okay, the colors, dark red, they're hitting the bids, they're hitting past the bids. Bright greens, they're hitting the asks, and they're slapping it way past it. So, you know, that's something I want to keep in mind, and it helps with reading the flow sometimes in specific areas, right? Confluence that with a key area, then you have maybe a little bit more information here as of right now. So the market is trying to do a little bit of a bounce here. NVIDIA, are you there yet? That's what I'm asking. Is it time for a reversion? Maybe. Do I want to dabble here? Maybe. I don't know. I got to look at some more tape.
All right. Yeah, we are doing okay here on the rebound. Like we finally, it's a broken record, but I get it. But like the 105, I was like, that may not come in today. And that's exactly where the TQs went to. So we were able to buy some. It did get lower. It got into the 90s, but let's just wait to see. Hopefully this can blast higher. We've almost made back half of our day here just by trying, or not just by trying. We are holding this. Let's just see if it gets. I'm going to get another piece out here at 40s. I was waiting at 50 and we missed it. I have too many shares, honestly, to worry about 10 pennies. So like if we can get a little bit out right there, we'll do that. Not really revenge trading, but sort of. Like I thought this market was a little oversold. Doesn't mean that it's going to continue to rip higher, which is why I'm just feeding these out right now. Like I'm just like getting these out as the market starts to rip back up here. We said that we would try to scalp out any longs. So right now we did get stopped out there at 166.40. We did buy this back decent amount, and we just got up almost into VWAP. I was waiting at 168 right there on AMD. But there it is. Okay, good. So there we go. We got some out there at 167.75. Now we can see if it wants to continue higher. But look at the NASDAQ. It strong push. Good thing we took that 40 out right there, because here comes the fade again on the NASDAQ. So sure, we'll make back some, but it looks like right now the market is fading one more time back in, Obi. So you've got NVIDIA, I've got AMD. BTTC is another name that I hear some people talking about. That is now halted. So attention to Adara, BTCC. Right now, a halted name, BTTC. So we can have a quick little look on this one. Just look at the screen, Adara. It's live on right now. BTTC halted at 9:51. It looks like it's more than a 5-minute halt, but it should open up, I guess, in 5 more minutes right now.
No news at all. Just that it's halted. That's all I see.
Okay, so probably a crypto play there. BTTC. So no news from Adara on that one. Black Titan Corporation right now, moving around. So that's something else that's going over on that one. All right, that's about it for now. Oh, Oxy does have the buy from, what the? Okay, Obi.
Yes, sir.
Look at this.
What's up?
Where'd that go? Some size there on Occidental. Let's keep an eye on that. They did get that Warren Buffett bid. They bought OxyChem from them, $9.7 billion. There was just a big buyer there on Occidental. We'll see if they show back up again. Market trying to come back in. I'm just going to get some more out right now of AMD. And here come the futures, man. My stop on this is a break of 104.8. So it looks like it's coming back in again here on the futures. I'll buy a little bit more down here. Should have been on there and bought that 105 dip. Maybe it'll come back in and give us an opportunity to do exactly that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I saw the bid kind of, or the selling kind of slow down, but it came right back in. So I'm kind of, just being as nimble as possible here, giving it a little bit wider than I want to, and sizing down a little bit as well. Because again, we're coming down into that 25,000 level. Nvidia's in and around it's a low day there. But if we're going to crack even lower down into 188s, then I'm probably going to be done with this one here and try again a little bit later. So where is the next trade? That's what I'm watching. That's what I'm looking for here. And yeah, throw it up in the chat. What are you guys looking at as well? Eric S. in the chat with the super chat. Thank you very much. Obi and or Sean, can you talk more through the details, specifics that you are looking at when reading the tape on a given trade that you are looking to take right now? Okay, cool. You wanna?
No, I mean, you were just talking about reading tape.
Okay,
I think you're
sure. Yeah. Okay, so. So the way I have my tape set up is I have multiple different tapes. I have more tapes on my desk in the back office than I do here. I have like maybe 6 different kind of tapes. Some are filtered for gates, because we know that a lot of prints happen on dark pools. So sometimes I have a filter that has all lit liquidity. So it's like someone who is actually hitting the live book right now, and it's lit. That's we call it. It's actually lit. It's not dark liquidity. So I want to see that. So I have one for that. So that gives me some confluence, being like, all right, are participants just is this price action just a lot of deep prints, or are participants actually hitting the lit market? That's what I want to see as well. I have size filters here as well. So for example, I have a size filter here on NVIDIA. This is a tape that I have on the side here. So size filters right here, you can see on these gates, 5,000 shares, 10,000 shares, 15,000 shares, 7,000 shares. So when you're looking at this tape here, the rainbow is really hard to read. I'm not going to be able to decipher. I can't read these numbers here. I'm like, oh, I don't know how big some of that size that on that wipe down was. I don't know. So I have this tape that moves much more slower because it has a filter for 5,000 shares and above. So I'm like, all right, I want to see when someone big is potentially pushing in, especially on a lit gate, into the book, and that's a size filter. So that helps with partially reading the tape. And another big part is reading the tape can just be a lot of noise. But the more you watch it, the more you kind of get comfortable with it, you start to notice patterns. For example, if tape starts to ramp up in an area that you think is key, say that we're consolidating near day high, and that's a breakout level as well, and it starts to ramp up. Sellers try to push into the bid, you see dark reds, but the price holds, then maybe that's looking like absorption. Maybe you see bids start to step up. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. That's one example. There's so many different examples. There's so many different nuances as well. I am no expert. I am not even close to where I want to be, but tape reading does help me a lot with the confluence that I'm looking for the trades that I'm taking. So I see the chart pattern. It has to confluence with the tape. The tape is, I guess, my number one thing. Like, that's how I read flow. So I think that's one of my, I guess, more significant ways to tackle the market. That's what I have to say. So yeah, we saw the bid kind of start to step up a little bit. I got a little bit more on top of the 188.5. We're reverting back on up to VWAP as of right now. So let's see if we can continue to hold. Let's see if we can get push up to 190.
I was hitting the awesome for you. I mean, that's exactly. I mean, guys, like, join us. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe. Great talk there, Obi. We're now $2 in the money on AMD as that's battled back, but we do have a Dara over at the desk. What's up, Randy? I just got one.
What's up is not the market. We did have a drop off right off the open here for the NASDAQ, though, as you guys can see in this most recent 15-minute candle that we just closed, trying to battle back a little bit and form a base. Now, one of the biggest movers on watch this morning was TSLA, of course. Tesla with their Q3 2025 delivery numbers, producing 447,000 vehicles, but delivering an eye-watering 497,000 vehicles. This was really notable. It was even above the most ambitious analyst expectations that I was seeing. Either way, Tesla pops on this number and then gives back pretty much all of that gap up. Then we have Rivian on watch. This is another delivery-related play. Q3 delivery and production numbers coming up, but they narrowed their delivery guidance for 2025. Rivian, unlike Tesla, actually gapping down in the number. Apple on watch. AAPL reportedly working on, instead of their Vision Pro, the large headset, they're working on glasses that are going to maybe rival Meta's. Let's see what they do. Analysts seem to have positive things to say about AAPL for what it is worth. And before we send you back to Sean and Obi for some more action-packed trading, we'll take a moment to thank our friends at Origenics, OGEN, because each year, 3.8 million concussions are reported in the U.S., but there's still no FDA-approved treatment. NYSE-listed Origenics, OGEN, is changing that with its first-in-class intranasal drug designed for rapid brain access. With the concussion treatment market projected to reach $8.9 billion by 2027, Origenics is uniquely positioned to lead the way. Learn more. Schedule a meeting today. Back to you. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Okay, thanks, Dara, for all of that. I was just telling Obi, like, man, we took a bath on this AMD, man. That was not a good trade early. Thankfully, it's happened late for us. But again, like, you know, when we're losing here, this is why it's again, you know, we like to talk about the winning trades. There's Randy. So Randy's like, he needs a coffee. I go and get the guy a coffee, and then he only comes back over here right now. But hey, Randy, Tesla is getting pumped now to the downside. No, it was. It did. It made basically all-time highs again up to 480, and then it faded out all day here. So it's trying to find its base rate now. But you want the Blue Jays or the Yankees or the Red Sox?
I want the Red Sox.
Okay, yeah. So you may get that wish tonight, I guess.
They have
right?
too much firepower for us.
Yeah. I'm a little bit worried about Crochet and some of those pitchers, but they also have Fried in New York, right? So there's some big problems, and then they've got the closers. Both teams have amazing closers.
No, we don't.
And if it ever comes into the 7th, 8th, 9th innings, we may be in trouble.
I like Hoffman, but
I don't mind it, but he was never a closer before.
No, so we're kind
of over his skis, I think.
Kind of in a bit of a bind here, no matter who we get. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, whatever. That's what the playoffs are.
That's what the playoffs are all about.
The mic's off.
The mic was off.
You gotta turn it on.
That's okay.
Is it? Yeah, there you go. Up. Yeah, there you go.
Hello.
There you go.
There we go. You're
it's going to be an interesting series no matter what. We got good teams against us no matter what. So
right. It's the playoffs.
I would prefer the Sox, though.
Playoffs? All right, thanks. Yeah, I don't think anybody's, I don't know, did the Dodgers win last night? I actually went to bed. I think the Dodgers are going to be, can you believe it? I actually went to bed. The Dodgers are going to be the team, I feel like. That's Shohei Ohtani, dude.
Yeah, I know about that guy.
You do?
See, that's one guy that I do know.
Right.
When you were asking me, do you know a Blue Jays player? I'm just like, he's not on the Blue Jays, right? Is he?
Correct.
I don't think so. So that's why I was like, wait, I know that guy because he was in the news.
Guerrero Jr., that's a Blue Jay.
Guerrero.
You don't even know that.
Vladimir
Neil
Guerrero.
said yesterday that if I said to you Vladimir Guerrero, you would for sure know it. And I was like,
no, dude. Dude, I don't necessarily watch.
No, it's okay. You don't have to.
If someone's in the news, someone's really famous, yes. Like, for example.
Study the charts, don't study the baseball.
Exactly. You study the stuff that.
Bread, butter, bread, where it's at. What's that?
I don't know.
Saying? Anyways, right now.
Do what you love. How about do what you love.
That's where family, sports, trading, this show. I mean, honestly, the passion that and I hope you guys see this every day.
Trading,
the passion
market,
that I have
action.
For trading and my family and this show.
Yes.
I just hope it comes through, and that's all that I want to show. But anyways, all right, Obi.
Yes, sir. So looking for a futures trading platform that actually delivers without hidden costs? With Plus 500 Futures, you get free live charts, transparent fees, low margins, and an unlimited demo so you can practice until you're ready to trade live. Open an account and start trading with as little as $100 with Plus 500's powerful platform. You can access a wide range of futures markets, S&P 500, NASDAQ, Bitcoin, gas, Forex, metals, crypto, and more all in one place. Plus, enjoy a welcome bonus of up to $200 in commission-free trading. Just scan the QR code on screen to apply for your account today and join over 30 million users worldwide who have already chosen Plus 500. Oh boy, I wish NVIDIA can get to Plus 500 soon enough. I'm still waiting for that, but we got to get through 200 first. But we're coming back into that 190 right now. So let's see how well we can hold up into this 190. 190 was a bit of a chop in the morning as well. And we've kind of, the reversion happened, and then we got the reversion of the reversion as of right now. Caught a piece of that. Let's see if we get any significant continuation off of that as well. We get some selling coming in as well. We're how much longer till this 15-minute candle? Okay, so it's 7 right now. So about roughly about half the candle time is still left for the 15-minute candle. So we reclaimed VWAP. I like that. Let's see if we can consolidate meaningfully on top of VWAP. Do we see some absorption? Do we see some accumulation? I don't know. I'm looking for something that's going to signify some sort of buying and continuation into and through that 190. Are we going to get through 191? I don't know, Sean. That aggressive flush was pretty wild. Mm-hmm. I think in my head, the probabilities are pretty low. But guess what? If we can get through that 191, oh boy. The kind of squeeze action we may potentially get could be absolutely crazy. Plus, with the market bouncing as of right now off of that 25,000 area, I think that increases that gives us a little bit of confidence. Let's see how well we push through that 190. Can we actually hold 190 sufficiently and push a little bit higher? That's the question I'm asking. Again, there was a lot of volume traded here. This was pretty much the pre-market consolidation range. 189 halves to 190. Boom, 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 boom. All the way from, where's the first candle here? 6 a.m. So yeah, I'm sure there was more consolidation before that. I have 4 a.m. candles starting off down at 187s, but you can see most of the sideways consolidation happened for over over 3 hours in the pre-market session from 6 a.m. to about 9 a.m. and then we get that nice little craziness. So yeah, let's see if we can get past this 190. If we can get past these levels, I think we can maybe start thinking about that 191. But maybe this is all NVIDIA gives us today. I have no idea. I don't know what it's going to do. I'm just along for the ride. Like I said before, I'm just trying to go with the flow, literally.
I like that. I just want to make sure that the voting is on point here. We have 3,300 votes. So I just want to show you guys one thing here that, you know, we talk about this all the time. We got to get our likes going just a little bit. If you are watching the show, please come over here. Look at these, man. Thanks, Brendan, for the great covers that we've had recently, right? I mean, it's pretty hilarious. Government shutdown day 2. Absolutely great. Thanks, Brendo, for doing that. Over 1,000 right now on the likes. But guys, come on, man. 538,000 subscribers. Hit the like button. We're putting up some trades today for you. We're answering the questions. Obi's here. Hit the like button, man. Over 3,500 of you, 3,300, sorry, voted right now. And look at this, man. Is this about as close as you can get? 56-44, more or less than 10 days. So we're in day 2 now of the government shutdown. The market seems to be fine with it. Are you guys fine with it? Like, I don't know exactly. Maybe you guys in the chat can let us know, like, you know, where some of the struggles have been, either in your family or what you're worried about there over there in the United States. We just hear all the rumblings that are happening, obviously, in as we talk about the media and stuff like that. Like, is it really, I mean, I feel like it's a big deal, you know, shutting down, people being furloughed. Has that happened yet? But I don't know, man. We'll just wait to see if this gets settled down. I mean, I don't know. They need to now get what? They needed 8 Democrats. I think now they're saying that they need 4 left or something like that. But anyways, at the end of the day, just hoping that everybody's okay and that there's a stat out there, Obi, that there's a certain amount of Americans and Canadians, I mean, across the world that are living like basically paycheck to paycheck, right? And I mean, that's going to be something that continues to be an issue here for many families. So I just hope that everybody's okay in that and really do hope for a quick settlement here so the government can start printing more cash and paying everybody what they're owed. So good luck with everything there, and I really do hope it gets better. My ears, did your ears pop?
No.
Okay.
No. Everything okay?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. I think I was having a conversation with a friend just a couple of days ago, and it was like, oh, you know, like people talk about inflation, but it hasn't really kind of really hit or really settled in. I'm like, bro, it costs more dollars to buy the same stocks that I like. Inflation is very much here for me. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't really care about the eggs, the gas, or whatever. It's costing me more dollars to buy the same stocks that I liked a year ago. That is inflation for me. So you know what?
But remember,
it's very much here, I think, and it's a good. You know,
it's here, but I mean, the stock market is. There's a way to battle inflation, and you got to have money.
You make more money.
It's like, right. I mean, the stock market, the Nasdaq's up like 35% this year. You know, so instead of putting your cash, you could put your cash into high-yielding savings accounts and stuff like that. Did your ears pop, Joe, or anything like that?
No, nothing. I think it might be the AirPods or.
No, I've had these AirPods in I only have one AirPod in. All of a sudden, I just like.
Oh, both ears are popping.
Both? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but I'll put this back in and figure this out.
Happening.
I don't know. Sometimes maybe the closing and shutting. There's so many. They open that door up behind us now, so
we can have some funky pressure.
And then plus maybe not feeling that well, but I feel fine right now. BTTC right now. BTTC opened back up and closed again. Closed. It's like, this is my first day on the job. Halted right there. So open and close right there. So this is now $9. We're tapping $10 right now on BTTC. So yeah, it's still going up to the upside again. So wow, up 101% right now. Goes what am I doing? Goes BTTC. We can check out on Open Door. I mean, that's going to be a name that's running around as well. Up to $8 again. That looks like a good little bounce off 7. We'll see if that can hold down here today. Open Door, but still going. We did talk about GameStop. There's been some love for GameStop, obviously, around these joints recently. Up to $28. Nice name there. 27 looks like the bid there for GameStop breaking out. Now, I think GameStop already broke out from right here, but that was on earnings, and then now it's just upside. I think there's an upside lottery ticket with GameStop, right? So let's see if that can keep on going again, upside there. I think they're getting into the card grading business. I actually like that. My son, we had to send that Pokemon card.
You guys do? Oh, nice. What Pokemon cards?
Let me see if I can find the picture.
Got some shiny Charizards?
I don't know, man.
I remember there was these family friends when I was a kid. These guys totally scammed me out of. What is it? It was a holographic Ninetales, and then a holographic Hitmonlee. For those Pokemon fans out there.
Yep.
And then I've always told this story. So one of my best friends right now. So
I don't have any.
I go. We were just kids, and they were playing with my Pokemon cards. So I had left with my dad to go do some errands or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were over at my friend's house, and then my sister was there as well. We're all young. We're playing like Pokemon cards or whatever. I'm like, I'll be right back, and they're playing with the Pokemon cards. I get back. They have my first edition Team Rocket Zapdos glued to a piece of cardboard. I am distraught. To this day, I'm like, dude, you owe me a first edition Team Rocket Zapdos. He says he'll give it to me on my wedding day. I don't know if when that's gonna happen, but you know.
Nice wedding gift. It sounds.
Yeah. I'm like, I told him, I was like, that thing is increasing in price. You better hold on to it, and you better buy it soon and hold on to it. But he'll be fine. He's he's doing more than well, so he can definitely afford a few Zapdoses. But
nice.
that was a funny story of mine. I wish I could get some of those PSA, but I think it was. A few months before coming to the floor, actually, I did a whole inventory on my full binder. Like, I still have my full binder with the sleeves and everything. And I was like, okay, none of these are PSA'd, but if I were to just sell them raw on eBay as like whatever quality, like fair quality, I think the whole Pokemon portfolio at that time was worth about like $2,000, I think.
Ooh.
But now I haven't checked in a few years.
It's probably worth a.
Yeah, I got a few nice cards. You
should check immediately, by the way.
I have a lot of the base set cards. So.
Okay, this is the card. It's hard to see it. I don't know if you can.
Okay, nice. So this is from the newer generations.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Anyways.
Reshiram. From EX, nice.
Anyways,
cool.
We'll see what it is. And I took a picture of it. This is the guy. When we got it graded, I took a picture of the guy actually
grading it.
Well, no, just marking because you have to ship it out.
Okay, right.
So I was like, I'm making sure that I got a picture that this guy actually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because next thing you know, we didn't ship out any cards, but
if you bought Charizards, you outperformed the S&P by ridiculous percentages. I think it's hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
Something crazy like that. I don't remember correctly, but
I believe you.
Yeah. Because you got to remember, there was a time where that dude bought the Charizard and the price rocketed. What's that guy's name again? Maybe he did.
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Yeah. So
or Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. Yeah. One of those internet people. They were like, oh yeah, buying, and he hung it on a chain. I think Post Malone bought it from him. I think.
Let's do it live.
Yeah.
Okay. So here it is. I got to put in my submission number.
Ooh, check status.
To see here. Check status. And in grading process.
Ooh, okay.
Right now, September the 29th. So, yeah, they're still grading it over there at PSA.
They're in Cali, you said?
They're in California, yeah. So the thing is, with right now we have Canada Post shutdowns here.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of a government shutdown, a little bit with our postal service being down right now. But again, you can use FedEx or anything as well. All right, TQ still going up to the upside right now. What else is moving around? We had DraftKings over the last couple days, Obi, making some big time movement down as the Kalshi market is just absolutely eating these guys lunch apparently. And everybody now going over to Kalshi, making bets on Robinhood, making bets everywhere but DraftKings, I guess, as that's come right back into the downside. I really like this stock. I almost think it's time to buy this. I'll probably pick something up, to be honest with you. If we can get into $33, $32, let's do that. I mean, this move down in the market today did scare me a little bit, knowing that, hey, maybe this shutdown is going to loom on. We do have the bet going on right now on the vote. Right now it's 56-44 that we do get that shutdown more than 10 days. So I think that, you know, generally speaking, when we have 3,500 votes, you guys know what's up and can get that going for us. And it looks like those stats are going to be legit. And then this is what's going on right now in the market. Let's just do a quick little look. Right now, the NASDAQ is up here today. What is the ES before we do this? ES flat, NASDAQ up slightly. So let me just have a quick little look here. The semiconductor index hit a record high. SMH hit a record high. SOXL hit a record high, as NVIDIA and AMD, the two trades that we have on right now. Look what's going on right here. This is what's going on in the technology space. AVGO, Broadcom nicely cooking as well. NVIDIA nicely. Meta off a down day yesterday. Good for you. Microsoft. Oh, Obi, did you hear about this? Their monthly pass is now $30. from $20 to $30. Their Game Pass. I think it's Xbox Live or something. Game Pass went upside, and they got a hell of a lot of cancellations yesterday. So right now, Microsoft downside apparently on October 1st. When that hit, it pissed a lot of people off. So watch out for Microsoft. Was near a breakout level, maybe no longer. And then here's where the market go red. Morgan down 169, BAC 1.69, Bank of America down 1, right? Visa down 0.75. Visa's an interesting name. Could be a stable coin play there, right? Both on negative and positive. We could talk about those catalysts. JP Morgan down 1%, Goldman, Citigroup down, right? A lot of these names. The name that I like the most in the space right now, Charles Schwab, had a down day yesterday, up today. Coinbase obviously up, IBKR. So some of these like newer, not that Schwab is new or IBKR, but some of these app-based models here still continue to work themselves out. And Schwab and IBKR, names that I think have a great opportunity to go. Charles Schwab being a little bit less value, price-wise, SCHW. This is a name, Obi, that I want to buy. So I actually, my next purchase, I got to stay, well, by the way, we're now $250 in the money on AMD. So I'm trying not to talk about it. I'm trying to turn the page and just focus more on, the show and less on, these winners. But there goes Charles Schwab. I think this is into a good buy zone, 92, 93 bucks. I'm going to pick up some Schwab. Let me remind myself to do that potentially today. But yeah, here's AMD, man, and it is absolutely schmoking. I don't know what's up with your trade over there, Obi.
I got out.
Oh, you got out of NVIDIA? Okay, we can discuss that. Did you get stopped out or it hit a level?
It did something that I did not like.
Okay, so you punched out.
Yeah, I punched out.
Okay,
I was
perfect.
like, oh. So, but then after I punched out, it went up another 30 pennies. I was like, no. But then, it is what it is. Doesn't matter. And then I was just like, okay, where's the next trade? Punch out of that one. That's fine. Where's the next trade? Take the continuation. The VWAP hold was nice. Again, I got in a little bit early with much less at that 189 and then added a little bit more. VWAP reclaim, I like that. So through VWAP, I like that. On the pullback and sustaining VWAP, I like that. That's also pre-market and opening range low confluence, I like that. And then a little bit of a push up. But if we're going to chop 190 and the NASDAQ is going to go green to red, so this is what I saw right here. I saw a little bit of a slam. I saw sellers coming in. I'm like, all right, if sellers are going to start to come in on the NASDAQ, we saw what happened when they were coming in off of the open. I don't necessarily want to be involved here. I'll take it off and then I'll maybe re-engage on VWAP if I think this trade is still on, but that's what I liked. I liked the reversion of the reversion, and we have caught the reversion of the reversion. So where is the next trade is the next question. It could still very well be NVIDIA. I don't know if it's done. I don't know anything, but I'm just trying to ride whatever the market gives me right here. Tesla, oh boy, that thing is still getting crushed to the downside. So talk about sell the news event. Delivery numbers, pretty decent. Price action, kind of running out of charge. So Coinbase, let's see, that reversion was nice. So good call out on that one there. That was a strong bid that pulled in pretty nicely as of right now. Let's see what else is going on right here. Destiny Tech, I was watching that one. That one's pulling back. Nothing too crazy there. Dell Technologies giving it up as well. So nice fades. A lot of strength that was shown in the pre-market. And guess what? I was sold too, but that's what the market does sometimes. It sells you ideas and you get sold too. So without any further ado, let's go check out what's happening in the small cap world with Adair.
Let's start with this Bokeh Holdings. I know this is one that on our chat screen a lot of people are asking about. I don't have news on it, unfortunately. The last headline I'm seeing on this name that wasn't about it being halted was, I believe, from August 5th, so not any news, but I'll give you some background. It is a roughly $3 million market cap name, so smaller market cap here for BQ is the ticker for that one. There's also IVDA, this one on watch. Interestingly enough, Evita Partners actually has a catalyst from yesterday morning, but nice push to the upside here for this one, below its pre-market high. The catalyst, though, is that they're partnering up with Salience, or I guess the company's name is Evita. They're partnering up with Salience to launch Salience Mobile Command, powered by Evita, with the Texas Police. So interesting governmental catalyst there. Keep an eye on NVTS, Navitas Semiconductors. This might be a ticker you've heard before. It does move semi-frequently. Could not find any news on this one today, but we know there has been strength in the semiconductor space. This one does have a slightly larger market cap, around $1.7 billion. It is in the small cap index, the Russell 2000, and it has a 28% short float. So this could be a bit volatile. Now, before we send you back to Obi and Sean, we're going to take a moment to thank our good friends at Trade the Pool, because the Trade the Pool Beat Ackman live trading contest is here, October 8th to October 10th, every day. Ackman makes his move, and your mission is to outperform him, beat his return, prove you've got what it takes. And the grand finale is going to happen here on October 13th, broadcast live right here on Trader TV with the Trade the Pool team. They're going to be live in studio, guys. Over $600,000 in prizes up for grabs, $25,000, $50,000, even $100,000 valuation accounts, plus surprise giveaways during the live show. So don't just watch, compete. Beat Ackman, win big. Scan the QR code, start trading. Back to you.
Yeah, go grab that from Trade the Pool. We're excited to have them in a week's time, basically. Well, I guess it's 10 days. It'll be Monday so not next Monday, the following Monday. You'll see him live in the studio, Trader Mitch coming through.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
So that should be fun. Yeah, he's on our program, obviously, once a week, so we want to thank him for coming through. Then Rigetti just made all-time highs, I think, right? Up 16%, like, what? $35. There goes quantum computing. Like, if you don't understand the space, just stay out of it. Like, this name is just, like, and the reason why I'm saying that is, like, these shorts, like, you would think that it's a short. I would have, right? I mean, these companies still, no PEs, no EPS, nothing like that. Rigetti just still, man, pushing higher there today. And congratulations for everybody in the quantum space, man. That QBTS. Look, we could say like, oh man, we've made great trades on Palantir or these NVIDIAs or any of these calls Tesla as of late, but QBTS was $1 stock or something just over a year ago. So, this was $5, $6, now to $28. I mean, there it is right here. Back in last year at this time, this name was 70 cents. Obi, $28. 70 cents.
Oh, QUBT.
No, but anything.
Yeah, that whole sector
same,
is going crazy.
Rigetti's same way, right?
Yeah,
Rigetti's a NASDAQ name. I don't know why this went to New York there, but Rigetti, same kind of a way. What a move up there. And again,
but you still short these names, I think.
That's why I just said to people, like, why? If you don't understand the business, I would stay away from it because this is Rigetti as well. That was $1 now to $35. And it's only saying, I think everyone should be invested. What I'm saying when I say kind of stay away is just like the shorts. I know a lot of people that have been getting blown out on that, and they always tell me like, cannot trust because you're playing on valuation. Don't. These names are just, they're the future. There's a lot of people love the play here in quantum space, and congratulations to everybody on that. I mean, Google also a good play for quantum. They're up a little bit today despite what this market's been doing. We didn't even really have too far of a dip down into 244 for them. We do get a super chat. I want to thank Kelvington, thank you so much for this. So you're talking about SoFi. So good note. Thanks for asking. Oh, I'm going to get out some more. The future's just ripped up. We're doing
Rip City.
The first hour, well, the first hour is now, but the first half hour is forgettable for me. But I can't forget it because it's a net problem. But we've made back about half of what we lost already. So I think that was pretty good. We'll be red right now on the day and hoping to get green. We'll see. Did we have a reason for SoFi's melt from $30 all-time high? Is there just no news correction or what? Thanks in advance. So I think it's a little bit of this. I think we are getting a correction, right, in SoFi. So their BTCC halted again. Okay, we can have another look at that. Adara's already looked for that, no news. I assume there is. She'll probably look again. So here's SoFi. Again, with the government shutdown looming, SoFi has such an interest rate sensitive business with their lending to business, right? That's one of their more profitable ones and their biggest source. So I would say with lending coming in here, again, lending's a problem because when the government shuts down, you don't get the data. So no data, that's a big problem for government policy, right? We're obviously cruising to the upside there as we get the rate cuts and, more sensitive. The consumer wants lower rates. As this comes back in, I feel like there could be some government shutdown. So I don't want to say there's no news involved in this. Plus, you do get an all-time high push. You don't have the catalyst that Robinhood has. Robinhood's talking right now about, like we said, the poly markets and the outside betting markets, futures contracts coming in. We just got Bitcoin approval for 24-hour trading for futures contracts. So I just think that there's a lot about Robinhood and about Webull and things like that SoFi, as a more traditional bank, tends to get hit a little bit. And I'm just going to say, don't lose sleep over it because I think it's a very strong name. And when you're getting pullbacks today from JP Morgan, I mean, come on, these are the best in the business. This is also pulled back quite nicely from 320 or so down into 307. So that's pulling back. Citigroup, again, another big bank. Obviously, I don't need to tell you guys that in the United States. This has also had a pretty dramatic pullback as well from 105 back down into 97. So we are getting corrections in the space. So Kelvington, I would just say, honestly, hold out hope that eventually it comes back. For me, I said the other day, a good trade maybe get some profit here in Robinhood, but obviously selling Robinhood was the wrong idea. And then maybe put it into some of the more traditional finance plays. If you are getting nervous that some of these are overextended, but I don't know, man. We're still sitting $1 in the money here on the TQs. And this to me is what really brought me back, and that was calmer heads prevail. Like, we put down TQQs 105. We had AMD 170. The minute that broke and failed, we probably should have stayed away from it and maybe retested it once, not twice. It was the second trade on AMD that really got me all messed up. And then Tesla 465 long. We saw that news, man. Tesla came out and then kind of just tanked pretty much all morning, and even now is still at the bottom. So we tried it. We got hit on this. It was a good trade. We were about $1.70 or so with the money. Then eventually it broke 465 and downside. So my damage on Tesla's limited. My damage on AMD is severe. That was a good trade that I tried to support. Did not work. Eventually took a $2 hit on it, and then right into there. Averaged it into the day's low and got stopped out there. So this was one trade. That was another one. So we doubled our losses right there, but made a little bit back on this play back to the upside. So we're pretty happy with our secondary trades, but not our first initial looks. But you know, that's what trading is, Obi. If you win every day, then you know, you wouldn't be normal or human, I guess.
I mean, I'm trying to become into that abnormal.
We were 4 losses last month. I thought was pretty good. 4 losing days, but today we'll go 1 for 2 in the month so far.
My last month wasn't so hot. I think I'm trying a few new strategies. I'm trying some different things. So there was definitely a lot of turbulence last month. Nothing too crazy. Very, very manageable. But yeah, no, I think. But the month before was definitely one of my better months this year. And hopefully this one as well. Hopefully this one's coming up to an okay start as of right now. It's only been about 2 days. Today is August 2nd, guys. We still have a long ways to go. It's Spooktober.
Yes.
You know what you're dressing up as this year?
I do not.
Oh boy. We were talking about dressing up as maybe stocks, remember? Dressing up as stocks.
Yeah, I was the Bitcoin guy last year or something like that. And
I don't know. I think that would be fun. Getting creative with some of the costumes, trying to have the chat guess what we're dressed up as in terms of like what stock.
Oh, that might be fun.
You know, you get creative with it. You can't give it away, but you know.
It might be fun.
Yeah. You can definitely get creative with it. I don't know how I would do like an NVIDIA though. You know, maybe I just strap a RTX 5090 to my chest and be like,
or get
okay, guess who I am.
Get that leather jacket. You'd be Jensen.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Wait a minute, that's my idea. No, we'll figure it out. Yeah, maybe being dressed up as a stock might be pretty cool. All right, so the number one question that's asked from every single couple every single day, the number one question that is asked via text or via chat is what?
How you doing?
How are you doing? Probably, maybe that might be it. What would be the second highest? I got it again just right now.
Between couples?
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
What do you want for dinner?
You must be single. Joe got it. It is, what do you want for dinner?
That's different because you're married.
Joe's not married.
I guess, yeah. Fair.
So, but anyways, good point, Obi. But yeah, there it is right there. So I got the word smooch right there. And then the very next line is anything you're thinking for dinner. Yesterday I said wings, and we had wings.
Nice.
She had a meeting there with she's on the board, so she had a meeting last night, and I was there with the kids. We watched another episode of, this is with my 13-year-old, Alice in Borderland.
Oh, I love that. That's a great show.
Netflix made it into a
live action.
Or the movie?
The show. I watched the show.
Yeah. So we're on episode 3 or so right now.
Nice. It's a great show.
Yeah, so we're watching that. Not too bad. I think it's appropriate. I mean, like I said, 13, 14-year-old, I think it's fine. My 10, 11-year-old, I'm not letting her watch that. And then we played a little bit of NHL last night. Then we put some wings, and we cooked some wings there on the barbecue. So I asked the chat last Thursday what was up for dinner. And I remember it was football, so football's tonight as well. Okay. It was like a bleak, kind of rainy-ish day, and the chat said chili. So I gave that, there's Randy again. Lunch is not time for what's for lunch yet, Randy.
Still got a long time for that.
I do it,
We're gonna front run the what's for lunch?
We're not. Joe wants it immediately. Anyways, we made chili. All right, screw this. You guys want it. Let's go what's for lunch right here. I am a man of the people right here. All right, today is Thursday, October the 2nd. Actually, I thought I got an email today that this may have changed today. But, all right, one more time. Yeah, I get given to peer pressure way too easily. You know, everybody over here. This is what's up, Joe? Look at this guy.
All right, he's ready.
Joe's got a wedding to go to this afternoon, so dressed up very, very nicely. So Joe, have fun at that wedding. Today is lemon and dill salmon.
Okay.
So there it goes, man. We're getting in there. You know, again, we do not have the tilapia. Let's compare the salmon to the tilapia along with roasted baby. It's only 10:30 and we're doing this. Lemon and dill salmon, roasted baby potatoes with roasted. The word roasted is quite often used here. Seasoned vegetables, and then again a little salad on the side. So it is salmon there, Randy, today. So Randy, happy with that? I'm pretty happy with that. I will tell my wife not salmon for dinner, and maybe figure. You know what I like? Sandwiches. Sandwiches are nice and easy. Today's a busy night for us. We have hockey and chess. So we'll probably be eating a little bit later. We'll probably eat around 8 p.m., maybe a bit earlier. I got to figure out when my daughter's gone. We'd like to eat together as a family if we can. But it is tougher when sports get in the way. But yeah, that's what's for lunch.
Hey, sounds like a great lunch. I think I'm excited. I'm excited for lunch. NVIDIA, I did kind of flip a little bit here, just dabbling. It's a little bit of a dabble as we chop and churn and try to hold this 190. I was looking for a drop down to VWAP. We got a little bit of a drop here, but we've been consolidating for the past, let's see, above VWAP. We've been consolidating above VWAP. Where is my measuring tool? Okay, so we've been consolidating above VWAP for about 30 minutes. So 30-minute consolidation above VWAP. And I was like, oh boy, if the market reverts and this gets through 91, oh boy. But again, I don't know what it was. I saw a little bit of stuff. I'm like, I don't want to be in here anymore. We did go a little bit higher, but only about 20 pennies up into the halves, and then we're pulling back and chopping and churning this 90 as well. So I'm just looking for a potential reversion to VWAP. That's where we found buyers last time, the last couple of times we were down there, some strong buyers that brought us up back through that 190. If the buyers are strong, I don't know if we're going to get all the way back down there just yet, but the market's looking like it's kind of chopping around a little bit here. So just a little bit of a cheeky try at the short here, maybe back down through 190. Just a quick scalp is what I'm looking for. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm looking for the next trade as well. Tesla still continues to sell off, man. Oh my God. Some fresh lows as of right now. So we cracked that structure low. That was around 53s. We're trading 51s now. So 450, well within range. 450 could be very, very interesting, Sean, if that comes into play today. And we did break that. Where is this? Let me pull up the chart here for you guys so we can talk through this together. Here we go. Where is the one? There it is. That's Hood. Hood is still going. Okay, hello. Hood is doing well. But yeah, Tesla, not so good. Look at that. That's the 30-minute chart. Let's go down to a 3-minute. And oh boy, look at that consolidation, kind of a breakdown that happened here. And we're trading a little bit lower. So this is that low, that consolidation low from yesterday. That's where we found a multi-hour bid afternoon on Tesla. For about 4 hours, we bid up off of these prices. So the question becomes, there were buyers here yesterday. Will they show up again today? Is that support enough to hold this kind of price action as of right now? I don't know. I'm watching. I'm being patient, but I want to see kind of this downtrend break with a sort of significance. You can see how it looks like it's broken. Maybe by definition, it does break, but then you can see seller step right back in, and holding maybe more of a smooth moving average is maybe a better definition for the Tesla trend as of right now. So we're looking at that. NVIDIA, I'm watching that as well. I'm in that right now, 190. So this is what I'm looking at as of right now. So we got that nice reversion of the reversion, and then maybe we'll catch the next leg of the reversion here, maybe to the downside. But things are starting to get a little choppy as the market attempts to take a little bit of a bounce after a strong morning sell-off. And again, that sell-off was only the first 15 minutes. So that's something I am considering, as it was aggressive volume all in the first 15-minute candle, and then we just stalled. We're kind of just like chopping around, doing nothing near the lows as of right now. So, oh boy, indeed. What's going on, Derek?
Yeah, just keep an eye here on STM, ST Microelectronics. This one being cited as a long idea for Banyan Hill. As you can tell, there's not, this is not really reacting to this. Is pushing lower, but decent volume, just over 1 million shares traded on the day here, about 1.3 million for STM. I want to mention as well, Fed's Logan speaking right now, saying that demand remains pretty resilient. I haven't seen much of interest from here. The other thing she said, though, is that she sees risks on both sides of the Fed's mandate. So she's seeing employment risks, but also inflation risks. These comments are more or less in line with a lot of what we're hearing from the Fed. It's worth noting, CNBC reported that Fed's Logan was actually one of the people on the long list of potential Fed chairs that the Trump administration could be considering. So she, alongside current Feds Bowman and Waller, were all kind of in consideration there. Back to you.
Yeah, we saw that Cook is keeping her job, apparently, so that should be fun for now. Here it is, man. Katina, man, thank you so much, Paul Thomas. I love that you always talk about your kids. Thank you so much for that. Like, I just look at it like, you know, when I'm on that deathbed, you know, old man, you know, the kids will be there. And that's I'm family through and through. So I always talk about, like, that's why I'm here. The only days I take off are basically to support them. Yeah. Like, you know, what if they're doing something. We are trying to plan a trip coming up, hopefully in the upcoming year, like maybe in the springtime. And then, yeah, maybe down south.
What do you think?
Oh, no, we haven't really, like, they haven't really been on, so, like, we haven't been to, like, an all-inclusive vacation actually with them really ever. Okay. We've been to Miami, we've been to some beaches. They've been a couple summers ago. We went to Rome. We were just in Boston, and we travel around a lot with sports, so we do that kind of stuff. And so, you know, they're very familiar with staying in hotels, but not that sort of all-inclusive situation.
In the Caribbean, maybe.
Exactly, that's exactly where it would be. So it'd be Mexico, down into Mexico somewhere, or in the Caribbean, maybe Bahamas or something. I don't know. Like,
nice.
I'm a guy looking for deals. Like, I mean, honestly,
I like St. Martin. There's some great all-inclusives. Antigua is great. Where did I go
to?
Jamaica's
What's
good.
up, Joe?
Yeah.
Joe's
Sandals.
up in Jamaica.
Sandals resorts.
Yeah, but
those are amazing.
So the only problem with Sandals resorts they are adults only, I believe.
Are they?
I believe so.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So yeah, you can watch my kids. I'll go if you want to do that. But no. But to your point, I think
they always have an amazing buffet for, like, every meal.
Yeah.
Like, the
all
display is absolutely beautiful.
That's the thing, when we went
on
to
the
Cuba,
beach too. Like, the displays on the beach, by the beach with the tables. It's absolutely beautiful. Like,
maybe 15,
the one on St. Martin.
Yeah. No. Maybe I'm very familiar with all-inclusives, but maybe 15 years ago or so, we went to Cuba, and, like, the food there is just different.
Yeah,
they didn't have the American, like, so you're having ketchup.
Yeah.
It's like,
I went there for the first time on one of my best friend's bachelor trips just last year.
Nice.
And he was like, yeah, bring some hot sauce.
Was it Veradero or
Veradero. Veradero. And then we went to what's the one? Havana. So we went to Havana for a day trip. We bought some. Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful.
I love
How do they keep their cars in pristine condition?
Well, it's
like brand new off the lot.
They can't import.
Like these cars are, like, from the 80s.
80s?
Are they? Maybe even
60s,
older.
50s,
60s. Yeah,
60s.
older, much older.
Yeah. Because there's the embargo. They can't get new cars. So what they do is...
But the thing is, you still see brand new Beamers. You still see brand new Benzes. You know who can buy them? Only the government officials. Because they got a little bit of connections. They got a little bit of money. So they're the ones with
officials have connections?
Yeah, of course. Who would have thought?
But yeah, anybody that's been to Havana, man, honestly, it was super safe when we were there. This, again, was 15, 20 years ago, so I don't want to, give too many recommendations now. But yeah, Havana, great time. And Veradero was the other place that we went to. But yeah, Jamaica, I think, getting some recommendations. And what about a cruise?
Oh yeah, that's something I haven't done.
I don't know.
I haven't done yet. All-inclusive cruises are just like, you're kind of trapped, dude.
Well, and plus Marissa watched that documentary called Poop Cruise.
Oh yeah. Because if there's an outbreak on a cruise, like you're quarantined. You're quarantined in your rooms, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a happy time.
Yeah, I mean, there's millions of cruises that happen since then, or hundreds of thousands, and that's a very extreme example. But that would be too gross for me. All right, 10:42. What's up, Adara?
Let's look at these sectors. Electronic technology, we'll just start here with this one, and tech services, both a little bit mixed. Electronic technology has some strength here with NVIDIA, making new all-time highs this morning yet again. AMD really strong as well. We know AMD reportedly in talks with Intel to become a customer of their foundry business. Broadcom to the upside, but Arista Networks actually a bit weaker today. If you look at tech services, Meta up a little bit. Doesn't seem like they're too fazed by reports that Apple's working on their own version of their Meta glasses. But Netflix really weak. There has been a lot of chatter about Netflix that is not super enthusiastic this whole week. Elon Musk and others bragging about canceling their Netflix subscriptions, but that's been going on throughout the week. Nothing specific today that I could see anyway. Finance, a little bit weak here. Health technology, AbbVie leading this group to the downside, but it looks like after 2 straight days of strength on, these, I guess, enthusiasm about drug pricing deals with the Trump administration, looks like these are giving back some of that rally. Consumer non-durables, a little weaker. Consumer services weak. Consumer durables, slightly red, but GM really weak today here, guys, down about almost 3%. Communications red, retail trade mostly red, utilities mostly red, but producer manufacturing not having a bad day here. LRCX, AMAT, and Caterpillar all up about 1% each. Back to you. Make sure to like and subscribe.
So we're just looking at Black Titan.
On there, dude. Black
Titan, I asked Adair if there's any news. It's an IPO. Right here. Black Titan Corp. IPO shares open for trading at $6 a share. Halted 9:30, halted 11 now. Damn, missed that one. That sucks. But there it is right there. Black Titan. Software implementation and training. It provides consulting services and human resource and payroll solutions. Payroll, very important these days as we wait for those numbers to come out. But there it is, man. Black Titan. Congratulations. Pops it up, man. We missed that one. I didn't know about it, and that's where we talk about making sure that you do your homework because.
I mean, I didn't see it on the Nasdaq.
I don't know. I'm not saying I missed it as a trade. I don't. I just missed it as a talk because, yesterday's I wasn't here. RMI. We had Fermi yesterday come to market. I'll ask you in a second if you traded it. I just want to see what it was doing here today. So this was yesterday. Fermi, we talked about this off the open. It came in and bounced around that $25 mark. Was a good open, did break the open price. So if you're playing like sort of that IPO get up trade there, it didn't do a whole heck of a lot. I'm gonna get out of another piece of the futures here as it's just dancing. But this 24.50 level held 25, let's call it 25. And then this morning into the yesterday's close, what a ramp up into $39. We kind of retested that rate off the open, and then it was just like, oh yeah, I forgot you're an IPO, and this is what's supposed to happen to you. So yeah, we'll have to wait to see what FRMI wants to do, but a day 2 play right now. For now, holding the 50-period moving average. We've only really had one test on it. I don't trust these things as far as I can throw them, so I'm gonna wait on maybe a 25 break actually short. So that won't be today. We'll wait to see if it breaks those levels. And I don't want to talk negatively about all the IPOs, but if we're going to talk about StubHub, that came out at $25 or something, now 16. Figma's there as well. Klarna, KLAR. This was a $70 or $80 name when it first came. It opened up at 44, went to 55. Now, back down in, not in half quite yet, but that hasn't been received that well. Figma's been another negative one. I'm not sure. Circle's been one of the best ones. Again, with stablecoin, sort of look at Figma there. Adobe tried to buy these guys. I'm sure they're glad that they didn't at some point there. And then CRCL has been really. There's one other one. Circle, the one before. CoreWeave. I mean, I was going to say that there was 2 in a row that were super hot. Oh boy,
there it is. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry. Look at the Nasdaq coming in. Sorry, I got a little too excited there.
Yeah, but Circle again, huge IPO for a couple days, has now come back in. But all right, I want to buy more dips here. But good position there, short on Nvidia, now printing. We did cover a decent amount of our AMD, but let's go over to talk about your trade.
Boom, boom. Sorry, sometimes I get too excited.
Don't ever get too excited.
I kind of, get a little vocal. But yeah, I was like, oh boy, I cover some on VWAP, and I'm like, this is looking kind of weak. I like this. We're kind of downtrending. And then I'm just like, okay, all right. We get through VWAP. Slap it through VWAP, and then sudden just flush. The ES kind of started a little bit before the Nasdaq, but oh boy, that was a nice little pull in through some consolidation lows here. The market's trading a little bit lower. Can we get to that 25,000 now? We kind of tried to hold the bid for the past hour or so. Past hour or so we tried to hold the bid, but guess what? It wasn't really, it didn't hold that well. That's what we're seeing right now, especially on the ES. So ES related names, oh boy. Nasdaq related names holding up a little bit better. It is the tech sector, I don't know, but maybe it's just lagging behind. I have no idea, but sellers are definitely in charge right now, and guess what? So observe them a little bit here, got out of the long, observe them a little bit more, started getting short, add, as it starts to get a little bit better. Maybe I just got to take the most on my first entries. Sometimes I feel that way, but you know, it's not always that's not always the case. It is what it is. But yeah, coming into this 25,000, do we catch a bid again? That's the question I'm asking, Sean. And he is reloaded. Let's go.
Came right back into 105 again. Beautiful. Right there. So it came right back into our level. So we reloaded it, and there it goes, man. Now it's 40 cents into the money again. So this triple levered NASDAQ product here on the TQs is wild. So there it is, man. Another good trade. Basically, we've done really well on the NASDAQ today. So this is the saving grace for me, because we had messed up AMD and we had messed up Tesla. And right now, Tesla, I don't know what to do with this stock. I'd like to go long. I think it's overdone. The better expected deliveries, fine. I get it. Nice move higher there, right into 480. The problem, I believe, with Tesla, and again, you know, Tesla's got, if they have 99 problems, the only problem right now is price action. Delivery's not a problem. Future, not a problem, I don't think. I think there's a lot of catalysts for Tesla. But if you're going to look at a daily chart for TSLA, this is the problem. I feel like it just ran into all-time highs on that delivery number. And, you know, you can forget about this. I mean, we could say 480's all-time high, whatever you want. But at the end of the day, that's kind of on an island up there. And look what we hit today, 480. So that's a new... it's not new all-time highs, but that was very close. And all we did was island gap there. So the pullback could come back into 465, which we've already seen. And now you're back into 454. So yeah, man, it's a big pullback in. I would say we could make this kind of a move, but this might just be a 1 or 2 day thing, because tomorrow with that delivery number coming through, you may get some upgrades. I'm kind of surprised at the price movement here on Tesla today with only 10 minutes left in the show. We did cover some more AMD there as it broke back down below VWAP, and we did reload. Again, we'll fire off some hot dog there, some glizzies as we get ready to rock and roll here with the TQQs. So 105.40, we just got some out. I'm now waiting at 37s. Hopefully we can get a little bit more out right there. And upside continues here for the market, but it's a downside push that we just had. Be careful, man. Scalp out. I like to hold on the shorts. If you're long, you could do as I do and scalp out or try to hold for that big winner, but I'm not sure about these monster prints here today. Adara?
Here's the US dollar, which actually seems to be responding fairly well to the shutdown. As you can see, this is continuing, as I mentioned yesterday, to make higher highs and higher lows on the daily chart from that, I guess, bottom that we made there on September 17th. That would be Fed Day. 2 straight weeks of trying to make recovery here on the wider time frame since then. And today actually breaking out of a 4-day losing streak. So let's see if the dollar can close higher and actually clinch that green day. Now, I posted this yesterday at TTV Research. It's a bit verbose. You can find more about the post, or you can actually read the post when you check that out yourself. But it's worth noting here, this is an interesting time for the Fed with the shutdown. Why? Because they don't get economic data. Without economic data, what are they supposed to analyze with regards to giving us these, these rate decisions, right? And I think that's really key. Goolsbee and Collins both expressing some concern specifically about the delay of the NFP release and how that could be impacting their decision, specifically the October decision. The Fed's going to want as much data as they can get. What's interesting, though, is that if this is impacting the rate cut at all, at least in the opinion of market participants, it's actually going to give us potentially a larger cut, if anything, or a more guaranteed cut. Here's the CME Fed Watch tool. We're now seeing a 99.9, I am not exaggerating, 99 flat percent of participants expecting a 25 basis point cut. Before it was closer to 85-90. Now there's even 1% of people expecting a 50 basis point cut. So even though the Fed is going to be very limited for the data they have, people are still seeing that things are going to be a little bit dovish from the Fed in October. Let's find out if that is the case. Crazy that we're less than a month away from that decision. Like, subscribe, back to you.
Great, thank you very much here. I'm staring down the tape here on NVIDIA, and we did pull back down aggressively. We got an aggressive push into VWAP that got slammed into as well. We're kind of coasting around 89 halves right now, so I'm watching it closely. I'm like, all right, do I really want to fight this short in any sort of aggressive way? But here's the thing, man. The ES and the NASDAQ are trending down pretty aggressively, and we're seeing that those chunks of selling come in, and like the stall, boom, another wipe, stall, boom, another another wipe. So it's just like, all right, I'm going to see more of that. I want to see more of that, but if I stop seeing more of that, then I do want to kind of get out of this one here. Just taking scalps, going with the flow, and Uber in the chat asking, will you please review RGTI? Sure. I know some of those quantum names have been running pretty nicely. I think the swings on them have been absolutely crazy over the past, I think over the past year, I think, because they were hot sometime last year and then they kind of came back, holding relatively higher highs and consolidations as well. So I really like that whole quantum sector, and I do watch it pretty much every day. I take a look at it. I think when I looked at it this morning, maybe a little bit relatively sideways with reference to some prior days or this week's action as of right now. But we've had a great had a great run. I'll take a look at the chart in just a second here. I'm looking for this 189 to start to maybe crack here on NVIDIA. The consolidation low, or the local consolidation low, is at 189.18. So we're only about 15 roughly pennies away from that. And the NASDAQ and the ES are selling off. So I'm like, okay, NVIDIA, 10, 15 pennies, it can definitely kind of get there. Let's see if it can get there, what it does, or do we just stall and hold? Tesla's still selling off, man. Oh boy, talk about sell the news event, as this market looked like it was going to be a great buy. That's the thing with markets sometimes. They market you ideas, but the market itself might be wanting to do something else here. Memex on the bid, hello, got taken out right away. Shout out to the Members Exchange, which is one of my favorite gates, for sure. Do you have a favorite gate?
ARCA.
ARCA? I like ARCA. ARCA is very liquid, but I don't know why. Something about the Members Exchange.
I don't really have it.
It's quick, it's fast.
Yeah.
Memex is one of my prime keys. Also, MyAx, I like my rebates because if I like a price, why shouldn't I get paid for it? If I think with high probability something's going to get there, why shouldn't I get paid for it, right? So there goes the ES with some fresh lows. The NASDAQ, let's see if we can crack that low. I'm looking for that $25,000 level on the NASDAQ. Maybe we do catch a bit of an aggressive bid. When we were down here last, on the second 15-minute candle of the day, the bid did come in pretty aggressively. Buyers were down here, but let's see. We're testing those right now. I don't know if we're going to crack them, but it does look like we're poised to.
Yeah, no, great trade there. I love that short. I'm actually going to take advantage of this AMD move and get some more out, because the futures are down near the lows and AMD is like just hovering right here. So if it decides to crack lower, problem. I'm going to buy. I do have a bid here. I do have a stop as well at the low. So if this comes back into 166, I won't be here over the lunch hour, but I'm going to try to take a fill and then use the bottom as an out. But if AMD does dip down here, I do want to, you know what? I'm going to cancel AMD. I'm almost out of it all. I'm not super interested in that. I actually don't want to be trading if I'm not here. So, and then right into here, the TQs just came back in again. I'm reloading this like 5 to 10% or something of what our initial positions were down here. I'm not, like, we just rejected this trade from down here all the way up into VWAP. I mean, this was a day saver for me. So we were absolutely pumped. Like, we don't talk about net, but like, you know, lost decent amount there right off the open, and it was not pretty with Tesla and then with AMD, and then we're able to find this and make half our day back. So, you know, not great. But again, we keep it in the pocket. I'm talking like as if we lost a lot. It's just we lost more than we had hoped to there off the open, and it was, I don't know if it was bad share sizing or whatever here on AMD, but that 170 break was an idea that we had today, and it just didn't work out. And when that doesn't work out for me, that's going to be a problem. It wasn't that we had that many shares there, it was more this reload at VWAP that didn't wind up holding. That was the problem. So many times we've had to break and fake. We've talked about that, like that's a coined term that I've sort of played off of, but then it broke, fake, and then broke again. And that was the move. So I'm fine with losing on that every time. It's just that is what happened. And we could talk about talking about our winners. You got to talk about your losers, or you're not being genuine. You're disingenuous if you're only going to be looking and talking all about winners, right? So that was not a great trade. And then the TQs, we talked about that. Oh, Tesla, sorry, was play 2 for me there as we tried this one. This one's a little bit more like we're well in the pocket. We lost on Tesla what we basically make on Tesla when we win, so I'm completely fine with that. I know that's a loser mentality. I know we hear other traders talk like that. That's not how I talk. I take every trade as in trying to win on them all. I don't go, well, yesterday I made 50 bucks on Tesla. Today I lost 50, so I'm cool with that. No, I don't. I try to make as much money on every trade as possible and then try to lose respectable amounts when we do. And on Tesla there, that does not work out for us today, so we will wind up losing. Thankfully, it works out that it's not a huge hit. But right there, TQs, reloaded this at 105. Let's see if it works. My stop is 104.80. So we're giving this down to 104.80. If it breaks it, it breaks it. We have 20% of the position on right now for the TQs that we had initially. So we'll take a little bit more if it breaks, but our out is 104.80 with only a minute and a half left.
Yeah. Oh, right, okay. I didn't even check the time, man. I'm just staring at this. So 189, so I got out. I'm pretty sure I got out a little too early. The downtrend has not broken up. There's some size sitting at 189, nothing too crazy, maybe about 400 lots. NVIDIA can eat that in a second candle sometimes, but yeah. So yeah, 189's coming in. That was pretty nice, taking the reversion of the reversion, and then guess what? It gave us another reversion. So maybe reverseception happening here as NVIDIA just chops around its opening range. So interesting stuff happening there. I did punch out on top of the 89 because we're pretty close to this low here where we did find some strong bidders. I'm more than willing to get back in. I really like that, I guess, if you want to call it an FLS or whatever, a little bit of a later trade continuation off of VWAP there. I like that as well for a quick little scalp. That's working out nicely. Right, RGTI. Sorry, let's get to that one there. We were going to talk about RGTI, so we'll leave you off with that one there. Let's take a quick look at some spaghetti rigetti. Yes, RGTI, Rigetti Computing. Yeah, wow, look at this one. Great push on the day today. Absolutely wild. Definitely doing a little bit of R vol. Wow, I thought it would be doing a little bit more R vol than that, but technical breakout. I don't know if there's a catalyst. Definitely the relative volume doesn't necessarily suggest that there is a catalyst in and around here, but let's take a look at a higher time frame for our friend, and you can see that on the weekly, it's been great. This was what I was talking about. It had a great run-up going into the end of last year, and then we consolidated. People kind of forgot about this name. People forgot about, not necessarily forgot about quantum. There was other things that were happening in the market, and things were hot. So maybe focus was taken off of this. But take a look at this: a failure to follow through to the downside, a hold, a sustain, a price acceptance, consolidation, maybe even accumulation for the second leg up, and a bigger picture idea continuation happening right now. So beautiful. I think the times to buy were maybe on the initial push, and then even here, as we start to step up and break this downtrend that we have off of the highs, I think positioning into that $8, $9, $10, $11, $12 area for the push and break of that prior high at 21. That was pretty much the trade. I don't know if I'd be buying up here in the overextensions, but I think the place to buy was relatively earlier. And I think there's a few traders that are all over this. I don't know if you guys know who Cal McGee is. I think I'm saying that right. Another famous trader in the trading world, and yeah, I think quantum names have been or were some of his big plays over the past couple of months and last year as well.
We just missed. We were waiting at 104.90 there, and I had to punch higher at 96, but we didn't get the level. But the futures did break lower right there. So, you know, we did reload a little bit, but nowhere near what we wanted to. So we're going to get a little bit more back in if this does, you know, give it to us. So we'll wait to see if that does happen. But a little bit of a reload there on the futures. All right, Obi, make sure you're going to join me back here at 2 o'clock, right?
Of course.
Okay,
right here.
So then that's perfect. We will see everybody then. Thank you, Obi. Thank you, Adara. Thank you, Andre, there for doing everything.
Thank you.
On the show. Thanks, Brendan. Thanks, everybody, for everything. Thank you for your patience today, everybody. We're back at 2 p.m. It's now the midday show. Get them, guys.
Get them.
Bang. Boom! Greetings and salutations. Yes, beautiful people, welcome to the Midday Show. Like, you didn't tell me yesterday. That's your boy Joey Options, and I'm Sharif. And where are my people at in the chat? There we go. Shout out to Oxlong, Hack You. We got many. Miggy Moggy Mo. Pinch Bull, Brown Lighting and Cold King, Blue Army, shout out to Sven Riviera, Don Sharifo joining us as well. Jody Mills, Joey.
Jody.
Will is there. Shout out to Mike. And the German Garage, I like it. Shout out to Xiao Bo and the Scurf. Who else, man? We got Harris Khan, we got Hangry Wife, Ed Miller, and Adam James HPN. Andrew freaking Chow is in the house. Shout out to Jake Roberts, Snake, and Steve. We got Byron Hart, a proper gang, Paradox, and Mox. Shout out to Mr. Easy Street and Mr. Poopy Paper Hands. Always makes me chuckle. Ricky G. I'm not saying that, SM. Bye. We got Jimmy Joe Smith, Wicked Chunky Trades. All right, Jim Z or Z. And one more, Joey. We're going to go James Choi, I lied. Darth Trader. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Thursday morning. The weather is insane here. And anybody who's in the Toronto area or in, southern Ontario, western New York, you guys are going to be greeted to one hell of a weekend because we got like 85-degree Fahrenheit, obviously, days, 28-degree Celsius days all freaking week. And let me tell you, bro, I'm going to spend very, very little time indoors.
Oh, yeah, that's the ideal thing, man. But Sharif, we got UFC this weekend and a whole bunch of things. So I'm going to tell you full disclosure, it's my birthday and I'm going to be indoors. Yeah. So yeah, it's my birthday and I'll cry if I want to. Yeah, man, we got, we go. Let's go. Let's see where we're going. Let's get rocking and rolling. Screen. Assassino, bang.
Don't forget.
Oh, yeah, I'm not even tapped in here. All right, guys, yeah, bang. I bet we'll talk about this. Let's go to Adara quick.
Talk about MindMed. This one got a little bit of a pop. It's already pretty much given it all up. But Marijuana Moment, our favorite source here when it comes to these storylines or sort of catalysts involving psychedelics. New York lawmakers, according to MM, or again, Marijuana Moment, say holding a hearing over psilocybin's medical benefits amid broader debate over psychedelic reform. So again, MNMD on watch psychedelic reform debate apparently happening here. New York lawmakers holding a hearing over, again, the medical benefits of psilocybin. MNMD. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Adara. All right, never mind. We'll hop into this one. Let's go into our name that we took a loss on first, and that's going to be Tesla. I think a lot of people were looking long here on this name. We take 2 attempts on this bad boy. Nope, doesn't work out. Wants to continue to bleed on the session. So there it is. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Bang, selling. Took 2 stabs. Didn't work out. Then we AC Slater that one, and we hop into the likes of IBIT. Let's pull that one up there. So yeah, we're short currently. Double top right here at that 68.15. Bang. We play the break of the neckline, and it's just flush city all the way to the downside. So keep an eye out on that. We have 1 out left. So I'm just going to let this ride. Ethereum is just absolutely tanking, significantly more aggressive than what Bitcoin is, but we are starting to see a little bit of a sell-off. Now, as for AMD, we'll go 1 for 1 on it so far. We're in it on a 3rd attempt for the break of this support level. You can see downtrends here. So I'm looking for this to continuously hold. The initial move up was a squeeze. We just like, all right, let's get a little bit of a better price as we got out. Now we're going to look for that 168 support to break. If it sits on the backside of this, I'm out of the trade. See you later. We got the IBIT trade. That's the one that's been working the best for us today.
All right, man. Sounds good. Here's what I got on 2 positions very, very early on. Let's start with YCBD. I perceive this to be accumulating for a 140 break, a flat top break. I realize that 143 is the high of the day, but there has been no prints that closed above 140. So I'm looking for continuation there. In addition to that, it's obviously flipping from an area of resistance around 130 into an area of support. It's got good higher highs and higher lows. We're working our way into this trade. No profit takers quite yet, but probably should. It does behoove me to throw in some there in case we do get a price spike up and then back down. So we'll see what we get here with YCBD. Also in TSHA, shout out to Tisha. I think she's in the chat today. This one's got higher lows with a bit of a bull flag pattern, as you can see on the bottom chart. The bottom chart is the 5-minute. The top chart is the 1-minute. And there seems to be buying at around 440, so I've got a dollar cost average here to add a little bit more at 446. We'll see if that one ends up triggering. Anything below area low in 431 land ends the trade for me. But let's cut the crap. Okay? Let's cut the crap. Everyone wants to talk about this one right here. BTTC. It's insane. It's flying. It's barely doing any volume because it can't stay open, Joey. It's got 453,000 shares traded, but it's up a light and easy and no big deal, 346% on the day. This one really started getting going, I want to say around 950. I don't really see much in the way of volume prior to that. And there has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are on our 6th halt now. They have all been to the upside. They've varied. Some have been 10 minutes, Joey. Some have been 5. We're currently in another halt right now. We'll pack her patience. I just want to go let you know before we go to Adara, this one did halt at 11:01:29. So it's not going to open up at 11:06:29 because we're past that. The earliest this will open is 11:11:29 with the theoretical auction price, because it's on the NASDAQ, so we'll be able to see it. $23.01. We halted at $20.60. Let the insanity begin, Adara.
I mean, there's maybe some more insanity here on this CBK. This is Commercial Bank Group. I don't have it on my chart because it doesn't have a chart yet. It's an IPO. And the tap on this one, the theoretical auction price has been moving around a bit. I saw it at one point at 40, currently at 26. It was 29 a minute ago. The pricing for this one is supposed to be 25.75 to 27.75. So right now it's poised to open very much in the lower end of that range. This is again an IPO. Shares it's set to be releasing here 3.73 million shares. So very small share size there, and the offer amount is $119.2 million. So CBK, IPO, and watch. Back to you.
For that, IPO season. So thank you, Adara, for keeping us apprised of that. And when it does, and if it does open during the show, obviously we'll cover it for you. Joey, I'm keeping my eye on the following over here. I'm just going to show a quick glance of the coveted side charts. DFLI has weaseled its way onto my side charts, and I'm quite interested in getting into a trade in this one, mainly because it's holding up at the 10 EMA. Obviously, a level that I use. It's at around 82.5 pennies, 91 penny high a day. I have, a sneaking suspicion that this one may glance at our very good friend here, the dollar level. Hopefully here, DFLI, Joey, up 42.5%.
Good look there. All right, so we take that small scalp here. I'm like, I don't like it to the top side. We try for the short, stopped out. Try for the short once again, breaks the trend line. We get out of that one. So yeah, AMD, see you later. I think it looks like it wants to break up there, so I just have the wrong direction on that. No big worries. Now, as for IBIT, that starts a big-time recovery. On the 1 minute, there is a beautiful indecision print, which I really, really like as well. But I'm short this name, so if it comes back to the break-even, I'll just hop out, and then we're just going to be patient. I think that Tesla can turn around at some point throughout the session, even though the volume-weighted average price is hogging the PA pretty tight. This can be indicative of say that we're going to continuously sell because the volume and the weight obviously is continuously going to the downside. So you're seeing a lot of volume continuously step in at lower and lower prices. So that's why it is hugging relatively quick. There it is. There goes AMD. AMD is breaking up. Yeah, so that's a really nice wedge here, guys. Let's take a look at what AMD's been up to. So we had this downtrend now snapped. Could this be a possible liquidity grab? Absolutely. So, yeah, that's what we got going on with those two names. As for that, Sharif, I know Rami got us a nice little cool game here. If you wanna fire that up, I don't know. Are you ready? Or are you punching?
Yeah. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna throw in some stops, get everything kosher, and then we're gonna do it live.
Yeah. All right. Let's do that. I'm gonna just talk to you guys a little bit about. Oh, okay. Oh, you have it over there.
We can't just jump into it, Joey.
I could just.
Your friend Elon yesterday achieved something that nobody in the history of mankind, humankind, whatever kind of kind you want to talk about, get the hell out of here, Trenda, you little idiot, has ever achieved.
Mallet out of here.
He's now worth over $500 billion, Joseph.
Give me a schmilly, man.
Yeah, it's not all cash, but it's a lot of money.
It's a lot
so one
of
must
money.
question, one must ask oneself, what kind of purchases can one make with 500 billion? Cue the screen.
Cue the screen.
All right, so this is a Bill Gates one, obviously, but it's going to be the same thing. So Joey and I want to have a little fun. So we can buy how many Big Macs, Joey? About 250 billion Big Macs?
How many? But no, hold on here now. I'm not even touching the Big Macs. I don't want any of that. I don't want a lobster.
You don't want
dinner.
any Big Macs?
No, I don't want any.
You got 500 billion. It's only on mine.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm still going through the list as well too to see what I want to buy. I don't have to buy what Sharif wants to buy as a casino. I can look at mine as a. I know. That's fine.
Why are you arguing with it?
No, I'm going to let you know what I'm going to buy. Here, look, Sharif, go down to the auto rickshaw.
Yes, sir.
Go down to the auto rickshaw. Go down a little bit.
Auto rickshaw.
Yeah. Bang, right there on the right hand side.
Where am I looking? On the right
hand. Bang, right?
Yo, that's called a tuk-tuk.
That's a tuk-tuk.
Cut the crap, Joey. That ain't no rickshaw. It's a tuk-tuk.
Listen, I'm a man of the people. The Uber drivers of Toronto need some new vehicles.
You don't want to say that. These are all over Egypt. They're all over Egypt, and they're driven by 12-year-olds who are insane. You do not want to see these in the streets of Toronto, bro.
I'm buying 100,000 of them for the lads right there. For the lads right there, 100,000 rickshaws. We're going to clean up the streets of Toronto.
Crazy talk.
No more of the electric scooters. No more of the mopeds. We're going with the tuk-tuks.
Joey, you will not want to say that if you see these live in action. It's chaos.
It's chaos.
I see these guys put it on one wheel. I've seen all sorts of nonsense. And I know they're in India as well. They originate from India.
I'm all about the chaos. Okay, so my first purchase is the tuk-tuk. What are you going with here?
Yeah, I'm going to get a few puppies. You know, there's a horse in there, Joey.
Okay,
designer bag doesn't interest me.
You got to get
luxury wine. I ain't dropping $7,000 on luxury wine. Now we can talk about a rollie.
I'm buying $1 million bottles.
We can talk about a rollie. Right?
Just in case we run out.
Joey. $15K for a rollie. You're a 500 billionaire. I'm getting the top rollie around. It ain't gonna be 15K. It's gonna be 150K.
Bang.
Diamonds, blinged, gold. I need a monster truck for 150,000.
How many are you getting?
Like 10.
That's it?
10. My friends and I will play monster truck wars in the backyard.
All right.
Right? And you know what I mean?
What happens when all those ones are done?
We're gonna get another 10.
You need 1,000 of them at least. Come on, we got the money.
Hold on.
It.
An M1 Abrams tank runs me 8 milli.
Ooh.
And a yacht runs me 7.5. Now, you know, I can only just speculate what these two together could cause, right? You know, you got the Abrams tank there on the shore. You pull up in the yacht, right? Then you jump right in the tank. It's like living Dan Bilzerian's life.
Easily.
Shout out to Danny B.
So give me $1 million of them.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm out of money already. I only got $2 million left.
It sucks to be rich, bro. Make a movie. Who's that? The Rock? Get The Rock.
Well, I'm making
Boeing,
a lot of
clearly
movies.
I'm going to buy a few Boeing 747s. We're going to have like that Drake life where we're going to have a wide body land at Hamilton Airport.
Ooh.
Then we jump in, you know, we cruise down to LA. A skyscraper or two, I could do that, Joey. An NBA team doesn't interest me whatsoever. Now, we could talk about an NFL team. We could talk about a Premier League team. NBA, I got no interest. Right, a mansion, 45 million. We're gonna get a few of those.
You gotta buy them, brother. You're just right now. You're just window shopping right now.
I'm a window shopper. All right, I gotta take some profits.
Take some profits. Lock it in there, man.
All right, we're having a good time, guys. I hope that was good, Ram. Because that's the end of that. So we're gonna keep an eye now on BTCC. It is halted up yet again, and it is now up 450%, having halted at $25.31, 11.51 the last print. The top already higher, 26.67. This one's going. I haven't even seen it open yet, guys, so we can't even take any trades on it. We're gonna keep an eye out now as this one really gets going. Joey, what do you got?
Yeah, I got nothing right now. So I got out of my last bit of IBIT there. I'm just waiting for some definitive signals on Tesla that say, hey, let's get ready to turn this price around. I would love to see it make a new low, and then we'll look for those indecision prints. Shout out Jag, shout out to my guys, Gorev, Los Polios, and everyone else in the chat. Adam. James. Love the energy. Let's go. $20 super chat from our boy. Much appreciated over there in the West Coast. Not the best coast, though. Adara, what do you got?
Here is our own look at the top richest people in the world. This is the top 10. Oh, sorry, this is the older version of this infographic. This does not reflect Elon's new net worth. So this was basically as of the close of, here's the up-to-date version. As of the close on, or Wednesday on yesterday, Elon Musk just below 500 billion. What's interesting too, though, is Jensen Huang, since I last made this about a month ago, he's actually gone down one spot from 7th place to 8th place. Bernard Arnault, though, actually moved up a couple spots from 9th to 7th. So you can check this out on X at TTV Research. Both the original version and the updated version there in the same thread. Had a lot of fun making this, and I guess congratulations to Elon Musk on this very intense achievement. $500 billion in net worth. Back to you.
Adara, weasel in for if you can for a second. You got to see what was on the screen there, right? You got
Honestly,
to see some of the
really.
things. Well, you probably heard us yelling about tanks and yachts and mansions.
Confused, yeah.
Which one would you get there, Adara? What's your first purchase there?
I mean, I can't drive a tank or a yacht. I'm probably, I would honestly, I know this is going to sound really dumb, but I would probably donate some of it, to certain causes or to just people in need. Maybe I'd pull a Drake God's plan. Maybe I'd go to Florida and but not Florida, because why did he do it in Toronto? Maybe you just do it in Toronto. But I don't know.
Can I say one thing to you, though?
Having that much money.
Can I say one thing to you?
Yes.
On private property, you don't need a driver's license.
Drive. What do you do?
But then I would still be uncomfortable doing that in private property because, Sharif, if I fall asleep at the wheel, I am still hurting myself.
I have trouble believing that, Adara. You're here all day. I don't see you asleep.
Before this has happened, that's why I don't drive. But also, the IPO, guys, it's open. It is open.
What's the ticker?
CBK. It opened at 25.25. Currently trading. There's no volume on this.
Thank you, Adara.
It's been the same spread for like a minute now.
CBK right there on the screen. Thank you for pointing that out, Adara. There it is. Yeah, $25 on the dot. There's basically no volume, as Adara mentioned, 103,600 shares traded so far. Joey, we're going to keep tabs on this and as well more. What do you got, brother?
All right, yeah, let's keep our eyes out on some things. I'm not in any positions right now. Are we going to be looking at a potential fake out false break there on AMD? I like our chances here, to be honest with you. Why? Because the volume didn't step in on the 5-minute time frame. So that's what I'm going to be keeping my eyes on, just in case it does come back in, and we're not really sustaining that move to the top side. Intel was a really good opportunity as well, considering that yesterday, just as we were about to leave, it really started to move higher and pump on that AMD news. And then you had this indecision print that I was going to go long off of, but should, coulda, woulda, right? And I didn't take the trade. So now we're just going to be keeping our eyes on some of these chip names. Yeah, and so that's with AMD. But with that being said, guys, let's take a look at our top performing sectors of the day. Let me get this off here for you folks, and then we'll see what we got going on here. Now, the crypto space, it has been pulling back slightly aggressively, so just keep that in mind. But as long as we continuously hold these levels, I like our chances here for a potential break of the all-time high. Maybe after the weekend, leading into the weekend, let's see how the overnight markets are looking. But with that being said, materials up 0.6%. The technology sector is up 0.25%. After that, guys, it's all blood red. Industrials down about 1/5, and then the bottom three, we got the comm services down 0.6. The real estate sector down 0.75%, and then same with the healthcare as well, too, guys. So those are the best and worst performing sectors of the day. Now, as for the week. Yes, the week, guys. The Qs, the NASDAQ is leading the way, up 1.3%. SPY holding on to that green, up 1%. And then we have the Dow sitting in that third place, up 0.4 roughly. And then the IWM in last place there, guys, up about 0.13%, Sharif.
All right, guys, continuing to watch here, BTCC. As we mentioned, it halted at 11:51. It is now 11:21. So let's see if it's going to be a 10 or 15-minute halt. So 51 or 50 was the last print. It is 21:20. So we have about another 30 seconds or so. Let's see what this one does. I just did add into my position to DFLIs. It came back into the volume weighted average price, but I really want to watch now to see what this one looks like. We're seeing a top of 27.08, so it's already $1.70 plus higher than where we halted. We have another 10 seconds or so. If this is going to be 10 minutes, it's going to be In about 5 seconds now, so let's see exactly what we can get on here, if it's just going to halt up, and it looks like it's moving up again. There it is, 29.81, unbelievable move. It is going to halt again here, 29.81. Let's see if it grays out. Big move here for BTCC. This is an IPO. I don't really have much in the way of information on it. Let me see, it's called Black Titan. So it's opened at $6 a share. I'm just seeing if I have any more information on it. Yeah, so it's just $6 a share is all what I'm seeing right now. That's all really the data that I have on it. Everything's very, very new. So big move up for these ones. Be careful with them because, you know, when they turn, they do turn and it gets quite ugly. So up 546%. We'll keep covering this one for you guys. TSHA taking a couple of prints to the high side through 470. It's coming back down. I still have a plan to keep adding into this one on the moves down. It seems to find support at the volume weighted average price. Currently VWAP is around 440. That's where my profit or my next not beak wetter, but planned DCA is waiting at 445 to front run that. So we'll see what we can get on that one. Also holding still YCBD. I've got a bias that this breaks through 140. It's still holding up at the 10 EMA. I've built my position here at 140, showing me 140. So we're break even on it right now. There's others that I'm keeping an eye on. Some of them are holdovers from a few days ago. Remember BQ, it's back in focus. BQ is up another 26.5% today. It's off the highs, but it's got a good chart pattern. I guess a little low on volume maybe though. About 5 million shares traded. Should be a little bit more, especially with a declining volume profile like this. Looks like it really was front loaded, the volume that is, on BQ. But definitely having trouble clearing 12.25 on a closing basis. Let's see if this candle can. I'm also keeping an eye on BKKT. This is another holdover, I should say, from a few days ago. It ran nicely on the 29th and again on the 30th. Had a basically an inside day yesterday. And then we're running up again today. I perceive here a nice bull flag to have started right at 9:30 with that consolidation lasting from 9:45 to about 10:20. And then we break out again. We're at 46.20 as a high. We're showing 44 2/3 right now, current price action. GDXD is not a small cap gapper in the strict sense, but it's moving like one. This is an inverse gold ETF. Gold is down over 1% on the day, and this one is obviously tracking it to the downside. So keep your eye on that one. It's up 9 2/3 at the moment. Likely won't execute on that, but I left it on there as an option. CAN is losing the bid quite quickly over here. We had this one up because it was up about 23, 24% when we first started, but it's a series of lower highs, unbroken series of lower highs. We'll see if this one can print anything maybe above 130, break that trend to the downside. It's currently at or around the volume weighted average price. And that, last but not least, DFLI, as I mentioned, I added at that 80 penny area into VWAP. We've got 82s. It's showing me 82.5. We'll see what we get on that one, Joey.
All right, good look there, guys. Yeah, so I mean, there goes Bitcoin. Ethereum's relatively stronger here, right? So as it's heading in towards the high of the day, now, is there going to be a good opportunity to buy into this? I think so. I like the continuation, and I was just talking about the potential of, hey, we might see some all-time highs on Bitcoin over the weekend. I don't want to be too optimistic, but I like our chances considering we're not too far from it. Let's pull up the actual underlying asset itself and see what we got going on. What you got going on? What you doing? So yeah, how you doing? Good morning. So yeah, there it is, guys. Like 124.5. We have a high of 120 on the session. So I mean, that can go in a span of a couple of days, right? Like it's gone, boom. 4K is nothing essentially in Bitcoin. Even though I've mentioned before the fact that after it became optionable and then IBIT coming in there, you can hedge it in different ways. The volatility has been a little bit decayed, and it's not as aggressive as it used to be, which I like in some sense as well too. So adding a little bit more stability to the space. Now, bang, 124.5. Let's go. Hold me accountable for those words. Monday. You know what? Actually, if it hit, imagine. So, okay, listen, universe, listen to me right now, please, and thank you. For my birthday, 125 on BTC. That's it. That's all. That's all we're doing. That's all
you're
I'm
just
say.
rubbing
All
it in
we're
my
asking
face
for
now, huh?
Well, oh yeah, imagine it did that. Oh, if that's the okay. No, you want to make a bet? You want to make a bet?
I'm not making any bets about BTC, bro.
No, listen to me. If it hits 125 by my birthday, you have to buy me an American Eagle pair of jeans.
Let me think about that one for a second. No. No,
what
bro.
A dog. What a dog.
Man, it ain't happening.
Right,
I'm not giving back more money on that.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm waiting for my American Eagle.
All right. Yeah, this guy is shopping. All right, but no, in all seriousness, guys, let's go over some of the top volume names as well, too, and see what we got going on. We're going to just run through the scan and see if there's any potential setups that are really attractive to our eye, and then maybe we can pounce on them, all right? So at the top of our list today, we have TSLA. We're on the 5-minute here. So yeah, we're just going to look for highs and lows, indecision prints, and this is what we kind of want to see. Gorb, I haven't seen you in the chat, nor have I seen Los Polios this morning. Jag, I've seen you, so happy. What's going on over there? NVDA, TSL, new low, look for that indecision print. As for NVDA, a lot of sideways price action here, tapped into 191, which I thought was really cool. This was a beautiful print there on RGTI, but this is an aggressive breakout. Let's take a look at this name on a daily. Wow. Yeah, and there it goes, off to the races. We'll hop back onto that 5-minute time frame and go through a couple more names before we send it back to our boy here. Sox L looking pretty good as well, looking like it wants to break up. So that break on AMD, it's starting to come back into the top end of that range, so we'll keep an eye out on that. Indecision print at the highs, which is pretty cool. Now, as for QUBT, we'll look at this one. So the more parabolic it goes in either direction, either waterfall to the downside or to the top side, I'm looking for indecision prints. SoFi, not much going on over there, Shree.
All right, man, taking some more prints here on TSHA. But I'm taking out too much too quickly, and I really do happen to like the chart pattern. So I think, I'm going to add here, which is obviously going to change my cost basis fundamentally, but I do have a bias that this one does break up. I've seen way too many chart patterns to think differently here. So if it ends up going against me, it ends up going against me. We'll still have the same plan of DCAing at the volume weighted average price. So I just added there into the highs, which I'm fine with, because I'm going to go ahead and actually wait a little bit south over here for a possible add. We're going to wait at 49, see if we can get something in and around there. So that's what I'm looking at with respect to that one. DFLI continues to kind of zig and zag. It did get a price spike up into 83, so we wet the beak there, but it's having trouble continuing. We got 82s on at the moment. It's showing me lower highs, so it's getting price spikes off key areas, but the area crests are a little bit lower than their predecessors. So that means lower high, lower high, lower high to me. Now we've got shares on here, so we can certainly take some beak wetters along the way, but you just want to leave the majority of the position for the higher price levels. So that's what I'm trying to do over here. Let's see what YCBD did, because it just dropped in to the volume weighted average price. So I will get a little bit more into this one. Let's go ahead and add onto YBCD. If it loses 130, that's going to be the end of the trade. We're going to pause for a second, and we're going to send it to Adair for crypto.
We're going to talk here about a couple different catalysts and individuals today. Let's start here with Vlad Tenev. Vlad Tenev is, of course, the CEO and one of the founders here of Robinhood, and he made some comments yesterday at Token 2049. That's going to be the theme of this segment, going over some of the biggest things that were said and just comments of note here. So Vlad Tenev at Crypto 2049 said that tokenization is like a freight train that he thinks is going to eventually eat the entire financial system. Now, of course, we know Robinhood, as early as its To Catch a Token event earlier this year, has been trying to capitalize on and introduce and usher in even this new era of tokenization. We know they're trying to tokenize private companies. They tried to do that with OpenAI. Then we had OpenAI saying that, hey, we didn't approve this. So they could run into some regulatory issues, but at least in Europe, they're already starting this tokenization process. Let's see what happens going forward. For his part, Vlad Tenev says that he thinks major markets most of them will have some kind of framework for this within the next 5 years, but it'll probably take about a decade to reach 100%. So no photo, I apologize, I'm going to pull it up right here. This is Donald Trump Jr. because he was also at Crypto 2049. So why am I bringing him up here? I guess there were some comments about should we be investing in World Liberty Financial? Or if you're investing, are you trying to seek favor with the Trump administration? He said that's not the case because it's not like his father's actually going through the blockchain. So interesting comments there from Donald Trump Jr. saying that there's really no reason to worry about impropriety or ethical concerns when it comes to World Liberty Financial. Let's take a look here at Bitcoin because Citigroup actually raises price targets for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So they see Bitcoin ending the year at $132,000. For the record, current all-time high is just sitting just below $125,000. So it'd be about $7,000 beyond the all-time high, roughly $12,000 or 12,000, whatever, Bitcoins beyond where we're currently trading around 120,000. Now for Ethereum, they see Ethereum, ETH, at 4,500 at the end of the year. Now that's significant. It's basically already trading there right now at 4,400. So they're a little bit less optimistic here in Ethereum at Citibank than they are with Bitcoin. The other thing they said is 12-month target for Bitcoin, 181,000. Not so bullish with Ethereum. 12-month target of only 5,440, which is, again, just about 1,000 up from where we're currently trading. So Citigroup, long story short, bullish Bitcoin, a little bit not so bullish here on Ethereum. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Adara. Okay, finally, Joey, BTTC halted down for the first time on the day. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this is the 9th halt and the first down halt on the day. It still hasn't even gotten to 1 million shares because it's barely open. 775,900 shares traded on the day. We're going to keep an eye on this one. It's up a ridiculous amount, 528%, and that's with the halt down. Now, on the way to making to halting down, it made another new high. So it did open up at around $30, a little bit less, and then moved up to $34.59 before catching a sell and then halting here, $28.98. It halted at $1132.28, and the top, excuse me, the theoretical auction price currently looking very, very ugly. $20.60. We halted, I remind you, at $28.98. That obviously may change as the price action develops, but that is part and parcel of trading these ones. You got to be alive to that. We're doing it live right now on all of my trades, saving except for YCBD. We're nicely in the money after adding here on Tisha, and we've taken a few prints, and there's the other one at 75. So I'm glad we added here because I was almost exhausted with shares, but I was biased to the chart pattern that I'm seeing on TSHA. It's good. It's putting in higher lows. It's an extended bull flag with a higher low twist. So that's what's keeping me interested in this one. Looking for the next print there at 70 or 79, excuse me. So here comes 75. There's a seller at 75. Let's just continue to watch here and see if we can take out the seller at the $0.75. Probably not immediate. Also doing quite well on DFLI, multiple prints to the high side. And here we go again. We're moving into my order at 88. We're showing 87 3/4, 87 2/3 now. So we're not getting the clearing. Now we're at 88. We got a cross to get the print. So we'll pack our patience here and shout out CD Lamb. See, hopefully we can get the print. We'll take it there and then we'll just move it up a little bit. So we'll go 88. We'll go 89 actually. Ooh. I'm just going to move it up a little bit on that one. So good look here on DFLI, but as we're telling you about the good ones, we'll also tell you about the ones that are not working out. I had a bias here on YCBD that we were looking to accumulate for a flat top break into 140. It looks as if that flat top break may not happen or may not happen now. We're still above VWAP. So that's keeping me optimistic about the trade, and I did add into that volume weighted average price. Let's see if this one works back into that 140 area. We've got 138s on at the moment. Just before we send it back to Joey Options, just want to take a quick look over here. Where is that one? There it is. Tisha, we get the print at 79. Now this one's really moving up, so let's go ahead and wait now at 84s. We'll see if we can get something up there. The reason I'm choosing 84 is that is a new high. The day's high, excuse me, is 483. So by definition, we'll have to print a new high to get that print. So those are the three I'm looking at. Obviously, should tell you that we're going to keep an eye here on BTTC. And by the way, the TAPS moved up $1.15 from when last we spoke, because it was about $20, Joey. So moving up a little bit here. We'll have to see if this one catches a bit.
All right, cool. Jack CW, yeah, let's take a look at this SanDisk Corp here for you. What's the move on the Mooner daily chart? And SNDK, bang. Sandisk. No. All right, well, I'm sorry. It froze on us there, my friend.
Uh-oh.
We'll try on one more chart. NDK, and if it doesn't work, then if it freezes another, I did it again, brother. Yeah, so sorry, I apologize about that. No, it's okay. Dude, we'll pull up on here for you, SNDK, because I am kind. All right, bang, let's see. Hopefully it doesn't freeze this for us. Now, as for the moon, oh, wow, yeah, this is really, really good look, man. This is a big-time move to the top side. I mean, yeah, it's looking really good, especially from September 4th, so a little bit under a month. Boom, the breakout, you punch through some key resistance levels, $50, and this thing is absolutely off to the races. You are experiencing a little bit of a pullback here, so just be careful for this to close as an inverted hammer. The weaker it is, and if you get an open up below, like 120 or where the open is here, around 121, then maybe you can get an additional fade. But yeah, that's a really, really nice move to the top side. Good call out there, my friend Jack CW. So yeah, we like that one. Maybe we'll look for an opportunity. I mean, this is what I want to see here, right? Like, I'm going to be talking about this throughout the whole day, because when the opportunity arises, we're going to have to take advantage of it. So we know that Tesla's been on a monster run for the past couple of weeks, right? So now you get the delivery numbers coming out better than expected, some great stuff. We like that. Now you're starting to sell the news. Now let's wait for it to continuously selling aggressively. And the more the volume picks up, the more momentum that picks up, I like it. Now, if it gets too weak, and we'll be able to identify that throughout the tape, we're not going to try to continuously force the long. But we will be patient, because I have a hunch. You know when you have that gut feeling that buyers will step in at some point? I think that's going to be the case here today. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. May I be wrong? There's always the chance that you will be. But if we hop onto these lower time frames and I start to see more indecision, then I like my chances for a potential move back towards the volume-weighted average price. And I think that will be a little bit of a stretch, but any form of bounce, we're going to be looking for that opportunity, all right? So that's what we got going on there. AMD, still moving sideways on that one. We're going to head back to our scanner, run through a couple more names here to see if we can find any potential opportunities. I mean, IBIT, we were looking at that for not too long ago. Bang, you get that short signal right above the volume-weighted average price. Okay. Palantir, a lot of overlapping candles here as well, too, guys. We were talking about a little bit about the open interest on it the other day, so keep that in mind. 184, you have that indecision print as well, too, in that neck of the woods. And then Joby, we know a couple people around here like Joby, trading pretty good on the intraday chart, opening up at around 1632, and then now you have a high of a day of around 1772, so not too bad of a look. Now the quantum space, we know is hot. Slowly starting to cool down. That's OnQ. IonQ, what's Baba up to? So yeah, we're just running through these names, looking for potential setups, because we know what we look for. It's essentially irrelevant of what the price tag is, what the ticker symbol is. We're looking for price action prints that are going to work in our favor. And right now we're not seeing anything. So we'll sit on our hands. We had that nice IBIT short. We took a couple losses on Tesla, and we took a couple losses on AMD. So slightly red on the session, but nothing that we can't recover from, especially if we find a high quality setup there, Sharif.
Great look, Joey. Yeah, sorry, I was just setting up for something over here. Okay, so I'm keeping my eye. I've gotten to a new trade. CAN is the ticker. And let me explain why I got in. So this one had a bit of a nice looking bull flag, but it was a bit of a, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense when I say this, a bearish bull flag. What I mean by that is it had lower highs and lower lows, and then it broke trend. And that's why I'm involved. And here we go. It's looking to break out over here. That's what I'm setting up for the beak wetter at 130, and I've stacked my orders. So that's what I perceive this one to be doing. I'm talking about CAN. What happened to my, okay. What the hell? Oh, here it is. Found it. You double click on something and it just goes on whatever window you want. I know SSC was glitching, but so that's what I see over here, a break of trend of the lower trend line and a possible move back up. So let's see if we can clear that 130 area. I've stacked my orders to catch a nice price spike up on CAN, up 24% and breaking trend. Okay, there's still no prints on it, by the way, because we haven't crossed 130. I'm also keeping an eye, of course, on DFLI. I don't have much left on this one. Let's see if it can clear 88. I put my beak wetter there at 89, so that one still hasn't come into play. BTTC, we're going to cover for you guys, obviously. TSHA, We're long at 67s, best profit taker at 79s, but it's dropping back down now into 70. And remember, we added into this one, right, at the high. So we still have beak wetters here. We're going to have to de-risk a little bit in case this one does come down. Then I'm going to set up another profit taker for 75, even though I've wet the beak there before. Let's see if that one can make it right back up into said level. What else we got? YCBD, this one's still indetermined. It's not clearing the 140 and nor dropping below the volume weighted average price, so I don't have a move on this one other than to stay put for now. So yeah, that's my move on YCBD. Let me see if I'm taking prints here on CAN. Yes, the answer to that is yes. So good trend break on CAN. Now we're looking for 33s. It's showing me 32s. So we're looking for that next print here at 33. By the way, the high of the day on CAN is 35. So, you know, we're not exactly at the high of the day, but we're close. Bovin telling me CIGL is moving up. So let's have a look at CIGL. He was also telling me about Tron, TRON. Those are some Bovin specials on the day. Let's take a look at CIGL first. Okay, big breakout. This was moving yesterday, though, Bovin at around 430. It's an aftermarket mover, either on news or earnings. And we are below both the aftermarket high as well as the pre-market high. So this one doesn't meet my criteria, Bovin. We've got to get above and stay above that 4 a.m. print, which is 563. That's the high in the pre-market. The official high of the day is the one that we just printed right now at 451. So it's not a bad look, man. You know, we're going to keep what I'll do is I'll throw an alert for, let's just say, $5 on this one. If it gets to $5, you know, gives me advance notice of that, you know, pre-market high, we'll get involved, or we won't get, at least we'll be ready. So that's what I wanted to look at right now. But Joey, I got to bring up something over here that's really important. Because obviously we need everybody to vote every day. Otherwise, we've got nothing to talk about on the afternoon rundown. And so, guys, please get into the chat and vote for your favorite tickers every day. Today, Tesla is leading the way. No surprise there with delivery numbers well ahead of consensus expectations and then some. You can make of whatever you want of the company. The fact of the matter is they came in ahead of consensus, whether you like it or not. Shout out to the dude there who was coming at Joey Options in the chat. 110 votes for this one. BTTC, 57 votes. With Rigetti, Mom's Spaghetti at 39. So get your vote in now. Let's see who's going to win the day. Hood is up there as well. Joey, Intel. Who else we got? We got Oklo. We got some usual suspects. AMD deservedly up there. DFLI. We got APLD, Lithium Americas, and of course Open Door, a perennial winner or a perennial, I guess, candidate on that. So get your votes in now, guys, and have your say every day.
Have your say every day. All right, guys. So, yeah, we're taking a little long here on the SPY to see if we can get a bounce. I like what I see on the 5-minute for a potential recovery here. So let's see if we can get some buying pressure to step right back in. Again, we're going to risk, what is that, 77s. We're at 35, so it's about 60, 70 cents or so. So, yeah, we're going to give it we don't want to go right at the lows. We want to give it a little bit more room. So you start really small. If we get the ability to crack this downtrend, then I think we might be off to the races. This is specifically the one I'm referring to. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Let's see if we can get this bounce. I mean, what a recovery that we got in Bitcoin. Bounced right down to 67.40. Right near the highs again. Same with the likes of Ethereum. BMNR and MSTR are absolutely lagging, right? And these guys are supposed to be the leverage plays on that one. So, yeah, let's continue to monitor some of these names. There goes AMD, genuine breakout. I'm surprised considering the volume profile was relatively cool, right? Like, we didn't get that breakout volume that we would normally look for on when we're breaking down trends. So there it is, bang, holding the levels relatively well, even though you do come back into the middle of the range. Now you're starting to head back towards the top end of it. So, I mean, not too bad of a look there either. If there's anything specific that you guys want to go over, just put it in the chat and I'll be more than happy to do so. But in the meantime, let's go SPY. You ever look at SOL? No, but we're going to right now. Thanks for bringing it up. So Solana cryptocurrency. All right, bang. Yeah, I mean, I don't own this. I know Katina Man does. Sharif, I'm not aware if you do or anything along those lines.
Solana?
Solana.
No,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. So no Solana over here. I mean, but you can't go wrong, right? Like this looks pretty good. You have a nice steady uptrend. bang to the top side, continuously holding. Obviously, that's a rough sketch. I didn't put too much effort into that. So that's all you need to do. Like, that's the thing, though, here, Sharif. If you notice something like this, and I believe you said that, I think someone mentioned it yesterday. It was either you, Neil, or Sean. It's like, if it's that easy to depict what's going on, don't complicate it, right? Like, don't be like, all right, well, here, we got this here, but watch out for this going on over here. No, just stick to the trend and do what it's saying. If you can get on the lower end, then look to trade it. If it snaps, get out. Obviously, like, I get it. Things are a lot easier said than done, but with trading, I've said this on multiple occasions, you can make it as complex as you'd like, or you can make it as simplistic as you like. And for me personally, I like to make things simple, all right? So that's just how I am. I'm not the smartest, I'm by far not the sharpest tool in the shed. So let's make things simple and make it easier on my life instead of having too many data points and having all this data and getting technical analysis paralysis, and you're like, I got this, and that going. No, never mind all of that stuff. When you go to the veteran traders, and Sharif, someone remember the options guy when we went to the money show? He's like, he's like, after X amount of years, I don't even really care about indicators. I just use price. And that's exactly how I am, especially from charting from a daily. And you see my intraday charts, I have one indicator on there, and that's the volume weighted average price. I don't need the Fibonacci's. I don't need all those other things. Just one thing, I need price, the tape, and VWAP, and let that depict what my potential next move is going to be.
All right. Yeah, I agree with that, Joey. Tisha, TSHA, moved up right into my profit taker. Come on, bro. It goes into 484. That is the high of the day. It doesn't cross, obviously, so we don't get the print, but it's coming a little bit back down now. I was worried about this one, I'm not going to lie, because I was worried about making a newer low through 460. It ended up holding, though, in the low 60s. I think 463, 464 was the area low. But there goes Canada. Boom, right through. Obviously, it's not called Canada, but it's CAN. So, yeah, we'll just go with that. Let's go ahead and set up now at 36s. Did we get 35s? No, we didn't. So we'll get 35s and 36s. Let's go ahead and set up a little bit more as well at 37s. Yeah, that's the nature of trading penny stocks. That's kind of what they do, right? You're taking profits at every single penny. Not every single penny, but the stock can. Shout out to Hangry Wife. I see you. I see you, sir. Let's see if this one can continue to go up. What the high of the day is, we're at the high of the day. So we printed that one right now, but we had also touched it at 945 and 950. We haven't been, though, above 135. So if we clear 135, that'll be a new high a day on CAN. But there goes Tisha back into 84s, and we get the print this time at 84. Happy with this trade, especially since we added at the highs, but the chart pattern was the deciding factor of whether we add or not. So look, now we're going to take profits at 95s, but guess what? We're going to look to add again onto this one because it's continuing to stair step up in an orderly way, and there's a new high of day. Into 86 we go on TSHA. It's not rocketing up in the way that BTTC was, but predictable higher lows. Get it, Tisha. And I'm just chuckling in the chat because, I mean, come on, she's a small cap trader extraordinaire. Tisha Perkins in the chat, and you know, come on, there's a ticker. It would be like if I was trading CHER. You know what I mean? Like it'd just be very apropos. So I like it. I like it. All is well in the world, Joey. Now that that has happened, I'm playing, of course. We're holding a little bit here on DFLI. It's still, you know, not really touching that 90 penny area again, but it's also not giving up the 10 EMA. But I also want to mention John Del Segno calling out a great trade, RCAT. Shout out to the OG John. He's been calling this one out for a while, and this is having a great day right now. RCAT into the highs, 1152. This one's already earned its way onto the side chart. We just have to throw it onto the watch list so we can get live updates. Yeah, great. I want to say flat top break, but not really. It's a big, nice move above 1120. We rejected 1120 around 1010, and then we rejected it again at around a little after 1130, but that was the last time we were going to reject it because now we're clearing it and we're clearing it by some distance. 1120 breakout. Now it is an 1157 HOD on ARCAT, up 10 1/3. You know, ARCAT's not technically a small cap gapper. If you want to use it, use the definition in the strict sense, it is $1.33 billion. They're a Puerto Rican-based provider of product, service, and solutions for the drone industry, a very in play and a very in vogue industry right now, as sadly belligerencies around the world continue to kind of manifest there, Joey. So what do you got, my man?
Yeah, good look there, man. We're about to piece a little bit out there right on the SPY. As we crack through that downtrend, we want to be cautious of anything that starts to come against us. So bang, we take 20% off right there. Nice work there, Tony. Now, as for my guy, Malcolm Aldridge, my friend, I could look at Lyft for you, but you got the Yankees logo in your display picture. And the Jays might be playing them, folks. So watch out.
They tied it up yesterday.
They tied it up. They tied it up. Yeah, I mean, they tied up the series. You got one more game, so the Jays could be playing the Yankees. So I don't know if I want to go over Lyft for you, but I am kind, so I will do that. I'm only joking with you anyways. LYFT. Yeah, I'm kind, so we'll go over those things. I am kind. There it is. Just shout out to Xerxes, obviously. At Bang. The Persians, brother, the Persians. So there it is. You're starting to form a little bit of a wedge here. That's not bad, right? So there is some defense going on at that 2185 level. We can look at the options chain for you as well, too, to see if we got any specific open interest. But as for the daily, you can't really go wrong. Just keep an eye out for that 2127. I think to note with gaps is that you've already filled about 30-40% of this. You might get a little bit more. I don't know if it's going to be a completely like a complete gap fill, but if it isn't and you see price start to turn around, I think you're off to your merry way. As for those August lows, that's a nice move. $13 all the way up to the peak of around 23, 24 bucks. You get 78%. I mean, Uber's moving as well too. So I like Lyft. I like what Uber and Lyft have got going on, so that's not too bad of a look there, my friend Malcolm Aldridge. So yeah, so now we're really starting to cook here in the SPY. Let's see if we can get this break. There it goes, bang. Bitcoin, new high of the day. I don't even care about my trade at this point, Sharif. It's this bad boy right there, 68.21. I mean, the all-time high on iBit is roughly around $70. So we're only about a buck and almost $2. Just a little bit under $2 away from that. So let's rock and roll. Let's piece another one out on the SPY here. And there it is. Bang. We get that insta-fill because this is the most liquid asset out there, whether it be options and or shares. We love this. We like what we got going on SPY. Continue the move on the crypto space. Let's go.
All right, Joey, guess what? BTTC halted again, but this time to the upside. It did open up at, pardon me, the opening price there, it looks like it was 22 1/3 in and around. It did drop down and test. I want to say 2060 is the current 5-minute candle low, and now it is halted again at 24.48, having halted at 11.53.19. Last time around, I believe it was a 20-minute halt. So we'll see what this one ends up being. But trade it carefully, guys. I mean, I know it's showing a lot of potential for reward here, but there is an equal amount of potential for risk and danger because you never really know when these ones will turn around. In any event, it is halted to the upside now and a good move. So we're gonna keep covering this one for you because it's up 431%, and it is an IPO. So that's the look there. On Tisha, we went the beak at 84, dropped back down into 75. And now I'm looking for a continuation move up. It's been straddling, TSHA, straddling the 10 EMA on the 5, and in a very strict way. So I'm very confident adding into this one on another move down. Currently, the 10 EMA on my chart anyway is around 68 or 69. We'll see what this one does. But there goes Canada again, CAN to the high side. And we take prints there as well. We got shares on this one too, guys, by the way. Yeah. Well, you know, it's $1.34, Joey, so or 36. So we can size up substantially. But waiting next over here at 37s, we did wet the beak at 36. So we're going to go ahead and wait now at 38 and 39. We're going to take profits at every single penny. CAN looking real good. This is a new high of day by virtue of the fact that it printed 36. It is a new HOD. Now, the deal is we're in at 29s, right? So anything below 28 ends the trade for me. And I don't say that because I'm in at 29, but take a gander over here. Area rejection into 29, another area rejection, another one, and then finally, the candle that I got into, we continue on our merry way. So if it loses that level, it loses trend, and it ends the trade for me. So that's all I'm looking for there. What else? I ended my trade, guys, on DFLI because it is losing trend. If it comes back into the volume weighted average price at around 81.5, where's my DFLI trade? There it is. At around 81.5, possibly I could be a buyer there. I'll have to see. I'll have to like what I see at those levels, put it that way, okay? So I'm not going to make a decision quite yet. But it is this trade, YCBD, the one that I was most bullish on, ironically enough, ends up being the one that is giving me the most trouble. I had a bias on this one that it was putting in higher lows with a flat top into 140. To me, typically that just means flat top break. That's not what happened here. In fact, it started rounding, putting in lower highs, and then now finding support at the volume weighted average price. But it's kind of flipping the script on me. In the same way that I was biased that this one was putting in higher lows with a flat top for that flat top break, I'm almost seeing the opposite now, where we're getting lower highs with that same area support, which could be a flat bottom break. And I don't want to be on the wrong side of this one, Joey, because, well, guess what? I'm not short, I'm long. So we'll have to wait and see how this one does, but I do have my line drawn in the sand south of 130 because that is the area of support we couldn't clear. Now, you're going to say to me, Sharif, well, why don't you just add into that 130 area since that's your level of resistance, previous area of resistance now in as support? Well, that's a great question. It breaches my rules because the volume weighted average price is at around 134. So I'd rather not breach my rules. I'd rather just get in if it reclaims the volume weighted average price. We'll have to see how this one goes. We're going to have to pause for a second. Adira's got news.
DJT really strong in a market that hasn't been the strongest. Unclear if this is why, but we just popped to new highs. We've seen comments coming from Vladimir Putin of Russia. There's been, some geopolitical Russia-related comments all day. But the thing he just said was the conflict in Ukraine could have been avoided if Trump had been president. This is something that Trump himself has said many times. I don't know if that's why DJT is popping here, but it is worth noting the timing of this is pretty interesting. Decent candle there on DJT, Trump Media and Technology Group. Neil's not here today, so we're not going to do the happening now or the lesson of the day, but just stay tuned. There are tons of infographics coming your guys' way, including another one on the shutdown very soon, so I'll be keeping you guys apprised. Back to you.
Thank you, Adira. How's that Jimmy Carter thing doing?
Oh, I released it last night. I can tell you, you're doing fine, Sharif. Everyone who's not me is doing really well. I'll just pull it up for you here.
Hold on,
here you go.
Adira. Did you see ASML today?
Yeah, ASML is gapped up today like crazy. I've meant to look at that today. I need to look at that now.
Oh, you might have a mean reversion on that bad boy, by the way.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, take off the open. I think the trade was...
all that was missing was a chair pushback there, girl.
Yeah, see, well, I already knew it gapped up because I looked this morning, but I will push back at that reversion because that was great off the open. All jokes aside, you are now up 7.8%.
Yeah, I'm in Greensville.
You are, and
Joey's
you are
ahead of me?
You're doing well. This total is like the average of everybody's return. So on average, the group is up 24%.
Yo, I'm the worst performing
and I am down 4%. Back to you.
Thank you, Adira. Yeah,
I'm coming.
Can't catch a break, bro. I thought I'd be up.
Ooh,
we're not.
You're up 7%. The thing is, I'm not outpacing the NASDAQ. You're not. The only one really who is Neil and Sean.
And Brendan.
Oh, and no, he's at
18%. What is the NASDAQ?
Yeah, bro. What do you mean? It's like 20%.
The Qs?
Yeah.
Are we actually?
Yeah.
18 and 2/3.
Oh, all right, there you go.
Exactly.
Maybe we got to be 18 and 2/3.
Yeah, so I guess Brandon's right there.
There you go,
Good
bang,
call,
right there.
Call,
so he's right there. He's in line with the old market ski, which isn't too bad. Hey, as for our guy, that lift breakout looks like it's going to come into play there, so that's not too bad of a look there either. So bang, 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 bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
That's a pretty good flat top break right there. Wedge, higher, lower highs there. Or sorry, what am I looking for? Higher lows. That's it. Those ones always confuse me for some reason. Yeah, just in case anybody hears that there is some construction obviously going on in the back, as you guys are well aware. But there it is. On the SPY, bang, do we take our last out there at this peak? I think so. We reject, ooh, it's too late now. So we're gonna have to wait for another breath to come up here, 668.5. 130. We're going to take that last little bit out there, but a nice little grab off of the lows. BTC touching 120K, and you're not in IBIT. I know, Nimit, I know. Yesterday I missed the rally yesterday, and today it's moving pretty good as well too. I don't know what I'm doing. I got to get involved in it. You're not wrong, but I do know somebody who has a couple contracts, just not intraday. I haven't been trading it the past couple of days. So yeah, let's wait for another touch. Maybe we get that volume weighted average price rejection one more time. But if we do head into that specific level, last little bit, we're out of there. You called it on AMD. Why didn't you jump in? I haven't seen AMD right now. What's it up to? I mean, I was sure. Oh, wow. Oh, my days. This is crazy. Yeah, there it is, like big time breakout, right? But the thing is, though, I was thinking short. I took 2 short attempts. I did have the initial long off of this candle, came back to my break even, didn't like it. But look at the volume profile, really starting to pick up, and that's what you want to see for that breakout. So it was slightly lagging, but it eventually stepped in, and that's some big time moves. And there goes Ethereum, 33.61 on ETHA, new high of the day not too long ago. Really good look. Wait for Bitcoin to catch up. MSTR and BMNR are crapping the bed right now, so those leverage products not looking too good, Sharif.
All right, Joey. We're holding everything the same. Nothing changes on the position, so nothing to alert you guys on why CBD continues to be the dog that it has been, still putting in lower highs. I'm still of the same opinion on this one, but TSHA continues to do quite well. It's working right back in to that 85 penny area. I didn't quite add, sadly, at the 10 EMA, and it actually held up strictly at the 10 EMA. And here we go. We're 83s. We're coming into 86s. So let's keep an eye out on that one. And separately, I'm still holding CAN for a nice move up into that 137 area. We did get 136. It's showing now 135. I was worried about a possible double top at this area. As you'll recall, we did reject 135 initially at around 950. But I think we'll see if we can kind of get that continuation through. I'm talking about CAN, but I'm keeping an eye now on a new name, BQ. Now this is on the Amex. And just, by virtue of the exchange off which it trades, I'm going to be a little bit careful with. But this is what I liked about it. The flat top break, higher low, higher low, higher low, all across. And that 12.5, you can make an argument between 12 1/3 to 12 1/4 was the flat top break. And there you go, a big move up now into 1286. So you do get that flat top break. So what prevented me from punching into this? The spread. Look at it. 40 on the bid, 85 on the ask. It's a 45 penny spread on a $12 name. I said to myself, look, the chart pattern looks fantastic, but can you realistically manage risk using your methodology? And I answered, obviously, in the negative, because otherwise I'd be in. And here it is, in at 13. So I'm happy that we actually covered this while the breakout was happening in real time, because there it is, 1293 area high. I think the current high of the candle, though, is almost at that 13. In fact, it is 1296 now. Great look there. So we're going to keep an eye out on that. Gotham House telling me ONDS. We'll cover that one as soon as we get back from Joey.
Yeah, wow, AMD. All right, looking for a futures trading platform that actually delivers without hitting costs. With plus 500 futures, you get free live charts, transparent fees, low margins, and an unlimited demo so you can practice until you're ready to trade live. Open an account and start with trading with as little as $100, guys. Listen, $100, that's pretty good. With Plus 500's powerful platform, you can access a wide range of futures markets, S&P 500, NASDAQ, Bitcoin, gas, Forex, metals, crypto, and more, all in one place. Plus, enjoy a welcome bonus of up to 200 big ones in commission-free trading. Just scan the QR code on the screen to apply for your account today. Join over 30 million users worldwide who have already chosen Plus 500. Go check it out. Go check that one out there. Yeah. Whoa. Take a step back now, all right? Relax, everybody. Look at this move here. Punch through that 165, and then now you're just absolutely off to the races. What a beautiful base being formed on AMD, and then you get that breakout through that. You gap up, gap and go play. That is some really, really pretty stuff there. We like what AMD's been doing up on the day, and then in the likes of NVDA, we tapped into 191 today. That's some big time stuff as well. But we're moving the oppo of that. That is the opposite of that. So keep that in mind. Boom, downtrend there. We have that flat bottom, so you have the support levels. With that being said, you know what we're going to do here now, guys? Let's take a what the chain has been up to and see if that's telling us anything definitive on the likes of advanced money duplication today, because that's exactly what it's doing. So bang, 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 15 days, October 17th expiration cycle. Yeah, thank you for that one, Assassino. Let's see what we got going on here, folks. So where do we got the most in? 170. 170 at the money. All right, that's some beautiful stuff. We didn't have that on the old options activity this morning now, did we? Let's see. Yeah, we did. I was being a little sarcastic there, but I guess someone caught on. But yeah, in all seriousness, it's looking really, really good. And then you head up to 180 there, Sharif. You got 10,000 contracts that have been closed already on the session, and then you have 19,400 that are still open up in that 180. And if we go down to this level right there, that's nothing. That's small potatoes. I think we can absolutely run through that. I'm going to keep an eye on when I got to have AMD on up here. So yeah, it's a really good look. 171 we tap into there on AMD. So a really, really good look in this name. And that's an absolute beautiful breakout almost. Picturesque, I guess we can call it there, Sharif.
1 sec.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're still doing your thing there?
Yeah,
right, for sure.
I don't really get how... Okay, I'll have to discuss it after. But...
Yeah, no worries. So
yeah, go ahead, Joe.
So as for NVDA, guys, what was our high of the day? 191, and then you can see at 2 halves and 190 right here. We do have a substantial amount of volume and open interest on that, so you can see it starting to be rejected, and that's why we look for these call and put walls, right? So it's like, hey, okay, you may exceed them a little bit, but if they're really substantial and aggressive, you're going to see the rejections of them. We've made Gaurav and I don't know if Los Pollos was participating in that one, but Gaurav and I made a monster trade on NVDA last week, just going off of one our VPA signals and then correlating that with the options chain, and that gave us the ultra green light to go, and I'm glad that we both got to participate in that because it was lots of fun, and it tanked more. We hit our target, and we were all out at target, and it continued to move to the downside, which is some phenomenal stuff. The power of those three together can put you in some high probability opportunities, and that's what we want to do.
Just before we go to Adair, guys, this BQ one is breaking out. So that flat top break through 12.5 is really getting going. It started showing a halt parameter. It's going to break through 15, so 12.5 to 15 in just a matter of minutes. But guys, it's a very wide spread, so be careful. And it's on the MX exchange. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Okay, Humana literally shooting up here. HUM with volume too, almost 1 million shares traded in this one candle alone, which is significant for this type of stock. Not seeing any news on Humana. Someone on X saying apparently that the Medicare Advantage star ratings data came out. I'm not seeing anything to confirm that. Yesterday we had some Medicare plans coming out. As you can see, that was not a good look for a Humana stock. So if I get any more definitive details on HUM, I will let you know. I am still searching, but it is worth noting that it is very strong and nicely well above its previous high of day now. Back to you.
Thank you, Adira. All right, ONDS is moving as well, guys. I told you I'd cover that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. So I just got this now. Apparently, Humana confirmed its EPS guidance, and that's why this is up. They also acknowledged their weak Medicare Advantage star ratings, but they also said their margins are likely to double in 2026 and return to the top quartile by 27. So forward guidance here for HUM seems to be what's pushing this higher. Sorry for the interruption. Back to you.
Of course, Adair. Keep us updated. But this is the chart on ONDS. Fantastic breakout. And a 934 high showing 922 at the moment, up 26.5%. Not a bad one. Good volume on this one, I should mention as well. About 67.2 million shares traded so far, but it is a $3 billion name, so it's not strictly a small cap gapper. So make sure you're trading it as such, okay? I like this possibly off $9. Couple of reasons I feel that way. Number one, obviously the whole dollar psychological support. In addition to that, it does have price action resistance there during the implied balance open into $9. Rejects, drops back down to $8.50. Also, the 10 EMA currently is at 9. So a dip trade on 9 into $9 on ONDS likely gets me into the trade. We're going to throw an alert on this one so we kind of get a little bit of an advanced notice into 907 or so. It's just really who I'm going to take off. I'm going to take off GDXD because I'm unlikely to want to trade anything to do with gold. So we'll just throw on ONDS, even though, again, it's not strictly a small cap gapper, but we're going to give it a look or two. because it is warranted to do that. It's trading similar to one at the moment. So that's my look there. How about all the other trades that have gone on at the moment? TSHA. How we do it, well, DFLI is coming back up, but I want to see if this one makes another area high. But anyway, TSHA moving right back up, another hold off the 10 EMA. Let's see if this one continues to go. We got 67s on there because we added initially in at 60. I think I'm going to add here again, but a smaller amount. For that move possibly into 95s. We did top out with another high day there at 86s, but it's just holding the 10 EMA strictly. So we definitely need to ride the trend with this one until it's not warranted to do so anymore. But really, this is the trade that I missed, man. BQ. I just didn't want to get in because it was an unreasonable spread. Okay, but it's really rocketing up, man. 15.5 from a 12.5 break and in a straight line. I mean, it took 2 5-minute candles to get there, but we're coming back down now into 14.5. I don't have any support levels until about 13 1/3, 13.5, and I likely won't punch in either because nothing's changed about the spread on this one. So that's a look. YCBD continues to be the dog, still trending down, but holding above my level. So I'm going to continue to watch this and see if it does stop me out. We got 38s currently showing me 34s. ONDS needs its own trading screen over here. So we're going to take off BTTC and put on ONDS because I'm likely not going to trade anything about BTTC. We'll continue to cover it, of course, for those who are. But ONDS, as I mentioned, I'm a buyer in and around 9. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to throw in an order to front run 9, by the way. So we're going to go at 907. We'll see if we can get something in and around there. If we can, we'll manage that one. So those are the ones, Joey. We've got 3 trades on at the moment. They're all doing okay except YCBD.
Okay, right on there, my brother. Let's see what we got going on. Do we reload here on the SPY for maybe a potential continuation to the top side here? And as for Tony, I don't see Tesla ready to turn around just yet, right? So just keep that in mind. So again, we'll go to the lower time frames. We'll head over to the 1 minute and see what we can find. But we're not seeing those indecision prints that we're looking for. Now, what exactly am I looking for? Let's get in more depth with that. It's the exact same thing. Again, nothing is 100%, but we head over to the SPY. It's not what? What day? Okay, it's on the 5 minute. Oh, sorry, it's on the 5 minute. Sorry, yeah, sorry for that dramatic pause. So this is what I'm looking for essentially here, right? Like, bang, this is what we went long off of. Is that like? Again, nothing works 100% of the time, but you have to take the attempts, and obviously you can't catch all of them. It's not as easy as it may sound, but once you have the ability to identify them, like the likes of Gorev and Los Polios, from when I first came on here, these guys were like picking them, like so whatever. But now they're just blowing me out of the water. Like, bang, we found it here. We're in AMD. We're doing all this. We're doing all that. And I'm like, man, guys, fantastic work. That's exactly what we want to see. And I love trading with those guys because they know exactly what to look for, and we have a good time with that one. So there it is, bang, SPY. I think I'm going to just go a small reload here, and what we're going to do is we're just going to give it the risk to 667 bucks, 68 cents. That's going to be our risk. We're going to put the reload on and look for that move back towards the volume weighted average price. If it doesn't get there, then so what? We'll take a little bit of a loss on those, but we'll still be green on the name. And there you go. You get a nice little pop right off the jump. So I like hopping in things and it working out immediately. That's a positive sign. We are patient enough to wait for the pullback, and then now let's see what's going. Wow, UNH, Adaram, you might be catching ground here real quick because that's one of your picks, isn't it? Lily and UNH over here. Oh, she's not here? Okay, so there it is. Bang, another big time move. It's just, and we know some individuals who are buying off the lows as well. So a big time recovery. And we talked about this gap fill as well. So that's looking pretty good. We like that one there. Oh, no, don't do this. Do not do this, crypto space. That would happen. This was exactly what happened yesterday. If it prints, we have to take the trade. Right? So bang, look at this. We're at an extreme high. You punch all the way up to 68.40. Now you're starting to see the selling pressure step in. But what is that also correlated with? The volume. Where did we see this yesterday? Exact same thing, essentially, right? So it's just going back to the exact same. Look at the correlation. Volume at an extreme high, you get the print, and then you get that move all the way back down to the volume weighted average price and even south of it. So if that happens here today, we're going to just look to execute on the exact same situation and see if it works or does not work out, Treve.
All right, man. It is the BQ show right now. Fantastic breakout on this one. Where is it at? Right back into another area high, 15.95. Widespread or not. In fact, it's tightening up. 51 on the bid, 36 on the ask now. It's opening up at times, and there it goes into 1586. It looks like it wants to take out 16 each and every single candle. From that breakout candle at 12 o'clock has higher lows. We're working our way into that $16 area. Great strength right now on BQ. This one seems like the one that may want to hit triple digits. I know we got BTTC, but that's more of an IPO. This is a kind of an organic small cap gapper right now. It looks like we're accumulating for that $16 break and take as the buyers step in quite aggressively. And there we're showing 16, and there goes 16 into 1636. The break is on now. 71%, 16 and a half. This is really going 16 and 2/3. It's going to hit 17 any minute now. Looking to show a halt parameter at 67s. We will halt at 67s if it stays this way for about 8 more seconds. Let's see if the buyers can keep this bad boy staying up and not dropping down. Who's going to overwhelm who here? It looks like it will be a halt. There's the gray out. We are halted to the upside on BQ. What a breakout through 12 and a half. Oh my goodness, that was a missed opportunity. But hey, you can't just feel bad because it didn't fit the rules, right? The criteria wasn't there. In any event, this is on the Amex network. And because of that, we're not going to be able to see the theoretical auction price during the halt. We'll only be able to tell you that, it likely will open up this time or that time, but we're going to have no idea about whether there's a buy or a sell imbalance during the halt. So 1667, the halt level, 12:16:06, the halt time. So at earliest, we will be open at 12:21:06. We'll see if it opens up around then or what the situation is. So we'll keep tabs on that. Separately, I added into TSHA again for the 3rd time, and we just took a print there to the high side. So let's go ahead at 85s. So let's go ahead and throw some more beak wetters on there. There's a seller at 85s now showing me 86s. Can we get good continuation? 87s now showing up. There's 88s. There's the print. It's 89s now. Now we're waiting at 95s. Good look today on TSHA.
Oh.
And that's just the kind of, I really want to use TSHA as an example here of not everything has to be insane in small cap gapper world. It doesn't have to be like BQ or BTTC. See how, I don't want to say it's calm and it's not volatile, but it's not bamboozling.
It's steady stair. No, way to churn there, man. That's how you know what I mean? That's how you churn right there. So
methodical. Very methodical, says Obi.
Very methodical there, man.
I have to agree with that.
I didn't even know Obi was sitting there.
Oh, he's there, boy. He was telling me Bitcoin 120, my boy. I heard him as soon as he sat down. He was calling out Bitcoin.
My boy.
So yeah, that's a look right now. We're going to keep tabs on TSHA. We're also holding, of course, a little bit of a position on CAN, and we're waiting for a dip trade here on ONDS. We'll have to see if that materializes. CAN we're holding over here, Joey, at 29 coming down.
All right, we're going to hop into this ad. Actually, no, we'll go to the ad first, and then we'll take a little bit off there on the SPY. Exciting news for Canadian sophisticated traders. Beta Pro by Global X Canada has just launched 6 new triple leverage ETFs offering 3x bull and 3x bear exposure to the S&P and TSX 60, semiconductors, and U.S. Treasuries. Even better, they're offering a special free rebate, dropping management fees to just 65 basis points until December 31st, 2025. These ETFs also employ currency hedging to seek neutralize U.S. dollar exposure, providing performance that may accurately reflect the underlying U.S. equity indices. If you're a tactical, sophisticated trader looking to amplify your performance, check out more at betapro.ca. 3x leverage right there. All right, bang. This is what we want to see. Way to go on the reload there on SPY. I liked our chances. Boom. Let's see if we can get a better price here on this one. I don't want to. I'll take the market. Bang. And there it is. Yeah, so not too bad of a look here there on the SPY. We grab it off of the lows. We wait for that pullback. We get involved. We reload the position. And then now we're just rocking and rolling right now. So let's stock and roll, baby, and see what we can do on that one. This pivot is key, 668. and see if it can punch through that, then I think we'll have the opportunity to potentially break through the volume weighted average price at this point, considering that the TQs is at that specific level, so not too horrible of a look. Now we're going to go back to this name. It's breaking out. We're going to be talking a lot about Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies throughout our session, and there it is. You have that volume, and you're struggling to punch through that wick high, so we're going to be a little bit more patient. If we do break the lower end of the body first, then maybe we'll get involved in a potential short back to VWAP in Bitcoin, Sharif.
I just want to remind everyone, guys, the morning note now available to YouTube subscribers of basically our channel. So every morning this is going to get sent, well, it's not sent out, it's posted for all those that want to use it. Basically, it's one story per page. So we're going to have the Taiwan pushback against the 50-50 semiconductor push by the Trump administration, or how about Uncle Warren buying OxyChem from Occidental for $9.7 billion. You don't just get the story, but you get 3 areas of support, 3 areas of resistance, the details of the story in different categories, as well as your trader takeaway. That's both for intraday and swing traders. And the good news about this one is if a story doesn't interest you, just go right to the next page. Tesla Q3 deliveries preview. You had basically all the different ranges here, 443,000 all the way up to 470, with the most ambitious being Tory Tesla-like with 481. It ended up coming higher than all of them. In any event, the only way to get this is to become a YouTube subscriber of our channel. So let me show you exactly how that's done. You weasel on over to Trader TV. And there's our stream. And then right under there, you're going to see that join button. You hit that join. $4.99 Canadian a month, and there's Brendo with the introduction video there. $4.99 Canadian per month, which is, I mean, that's pretty. It's a pretty good deal there.
It's going to be the cheapest sub.
Here's how you'll find it. So if you're already a subscriber, guys, this is how you're going to find it. You're going to go to the YouTube homepage for Trader TV, and then this is the regular homepage. Right under posts, you're going to click posts right there. And there it will be, right there, morning market brief. You hit read more, and then you get that. There's the link right there. You hit that, and then boom, it appears right on your screen. If you're not a subscriber, you will not see this post over here where it says morning market brief. You will not see it. You'll see the others, but that one will be hidden to you. So subscribe today. Get it sent to you guys every morning. The Katina Man's using it. Neil's using it. Joey's using it. We're all using it. We're going to be using it for the new segment that will be starting in about 20 minutes. So if you want to have that sent to you guys, make sure you're subscribed.
Oh.
Joey, BQ is halted yet again to the upside. BTTC took the afternoon off, but no worries. BQ filling in its place, working its way up almost to 100% now, 93, almost 94%, halted 1856. Very spready, very dangerous name, but keep your eye out on this one if you like small cap gappers as it works its way up into that $20 area. Oh man, the memberships are coming in fast and furious. Shout out to Johnny Y, new member. We got Trader TV Live #1 as a new member. Andy Henry, welcome Andy. Make sure to get the watch list every single morning. It is there at the YouTube homepage. Shout out to everybody in the chat, and thanks for everyone who signed up yesterday, guys. What do you got, Joey?
Yeah, some fantastic stuff. All right, guys, so we got all out. We got stopped out break even right on the SPY, considering you have shares here. Boom, boom, boom. You have that reload. It moves your average up, and then you just get all out when it comes back to that break even. So